death by statuism.
Yeah,
Think of
death
it
by
as
statue.
president and CEO of Meal on a Stick. There are several business things he must attend to.
Yes, that's
All within the
exactly what he's
confines of
doing.
his own mind.
Kiff is out doing business things for Meal on a
know,
Stick. I love it.
He's really upset about the thing with the souls and
Oh,
and
yes.
the lizard folk, and so he's with his riding lizards. You know,
He
I
did
don't
say
want to say skulking.
he was kind of
Brainstorming.
skulking.
He's brooding.
He's going for a ride to get off to just think about all this.
Yeah. Yes.
He's evaluating his options, choices. I have no idea.
All right. So we're at the council meeting, correct?
Yes, you were there. Some people that are notably nearby. Lady Laertel's there. She looks quite excited, and she looks a little bit almost gleefully towards Maggie, saying, "You must be quite pleased with yourself."
Why should that be?
Well, your beloved nephew shall soon be yours, won't he?
I can only hope so.
Okay. And Marvis was elsewhere, but I believe he is returning, as is Yllaxis, right?
Yes, I was also just kind of hanging outside with Maggie, and I think Yllaxis and Marvis are coming back.
Okay, great. So the meeting's going to start soon. Not Rob. Fontiev was taking a nap in the men's lounge area, and he's looking at the romance novels.
Yes.
And he's getting his nose deep into them.
Yes, I'm reading. What did we call it last week?
Trapped in her web, I believe.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And I think Maggie, or else Maggie's player, said that she wanted to actually participate in the meeting. She didn't want to just let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, we did so much. We have to be a part of it.
Right, and Lady Laertel says, "Well, of course, you may attend as my honored guest." And she says, "Lady Olenis will be very, very eager to tell the council of your brave deeds in assisting her."
As your guest.
Well, she says, as the guest of several of us, you have earned quite a good reputation with Lady Saphira, Lady Olenna, and myself.
Is General Tanya going to be at the council meeting as well?
She nods. She says, "Yes, I expect so."
And I presume that Queen Madara will not be there since she's been proven to be of unsound mind.
Lady Laertes said the rumor is that she was having a bit of a headache tonight and she was unable to attend.
She's unable to attend. I see.
Yes, caught a bit of a cold or a headache or something like that.
Well, I suppose we shouldn't keep everyone waiting. I assume I'm not the only person from our group going.
Yeah, is she inviting myself as a giant rock also in, or am I not allowed in?
She is going to encourage all those who she believes are associates of. She says, "Do you prefer to be called Miss Maggie or Maggie the Amazing or some sort of other wizardly title?"
I think I can announce myself at the meeting.
Oh, of course. She says, "Well, any of your associates may come as well, as long as they're not too disruptive to the procedures."
I'm just gonna stand behind Maggie and inviting myself in.
Okay. You can go right in. She directs you right in.
I'm gonna try to stick as close as possible to you, so you go ahead and put your piece wherever, and I'll kind of follow in with you. I'll be like here-ish. I don't know. Yllaxis is here. I don't know where Marvis is. Marvis was in a spot. Oh, he's over here. There you go. Can you see? You got... there you go. Saw the hand going. Alright, there we go. We're in. Fontiev, I don't know where your piece is either.
I'm currently in the lounge area over
Oh,
here.
oh yes,
And
there you
all
are.
this
Okay, cool.
going up with his obsession.
Yes.
I'm currently just neck deep into the
Ew.
book.
Oh no.
Continuing. Oh.
Where's Ra?
Oh.
Where did Ra go?
I think he was over in that area with you.
He is at your service. He was last here. Do you want him to follow you? Do you order him to follow you?
Yeah.
How did you order him? Did you order him in a demanding voice, or were you all nice about it? I want to know.
I was nice about it. Why would I be demanding?
I was curious. So how would you order him? Would you say, please come with me?
I was like, you wanna see how fleshy people live?
He says, yes. It is strange to see flesh on these bones of all these beings here.
You get used to it.
He says, lead me.
It's this way.
I will serve you until I find my own purpose, he says.
Nah, that's fine.
Okay, so there's a lot of people in here. They're all kind of chatting. They're all stirring their coffee. They're sitting down at seats with little buttons that allow them to vote yes or no on things.
Oh my god, this is literally turning into American Idol right now.
I love this. I love that idea.
There's a big magical projector here that lists the agenda items. And assuming everybody here is ready to go, then what we will do is we'll get started. Door closes. The parliamentarian here slams the hammer. She says, all right, order. Because we have a lot to discuss tonight. This is an emergency meeting, and we have many matters to discuss. She says, first matter to discuss. Is Queen Madara fit for rule on the council? Who shall speak first? And there's a little bit of an elfish silence as people look at each other.
Guys, I think they're multiplying. They all look the same.
And Lady Elena
That's
starts...
racist.
Are you guys saying anything, or are you just whispering among the peanut gallery?
No, I just told Fontiev what he said is incredibly racist.
First off, I'm not even in the room. That was a joke. I was just making fun of the fact that we're using the same model for all of them right now.
Fair enough. Anyway.
I know. I understand that.
So if nobody speaks up, Lady Elena speaks up cautiously, and she said she has not been feeling well, and she's had a bit of an accident recently. And there was the appearance of the goddess, and unfortunately, as much as we all love her, unfortunately, this hasn't been herself, and it seems to agree by all. People are going, It seems that she just isn't quite a good representative of our true, elegant, graceful, dignified elfish nature. And there's a general murmur, and Rose says, anyone else wish to speak before the vote? She says, it's pretty late, I want to go to bed, so let's hurry this up.
I'm gonna kind of just look down at Maggie, like, you gonna say anything?
Well, I don't want to say too much as an outsider, of course, to the city of Tethlo, but from what we've witnessed since arriving in the city. If you want to jump in, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you.
No, I was mainly looking at Saphira to see, or our political allies, to see if it seems like we have the votes, or if more is necessary.
Saphira nods spurs.
Yes. It seems that then if that's the case, after Maggie says, likewise, I've not seen much of the city, and as an outsider, it doesn't seem fair for me to judge, but I can tell that if the general population is uneasy with the mental state of the Queen, then perhaps that alone should be enough.
So quite alarming to be, quite nearly attacked by LizardFolk due to the Queen's management. Not to mention that she tried to, on her own, without all of you fine council members, change the leadership on her end, which I understand is not a very fair thing to do. It is a council after all.
General Tanya
it's
nods.
your
He says,
vote.
"I agree with the guests." He says, "Queen Madara was extremely irresponsible, especially with regard to these pointless wars with the lizards and with the gnomes as well. The real waste of resources when we need to worry about our land." And Lady Elena also says, "Well said, Maggie. You are truly the wisest guest we've had in some time."
I'm gonna furrow my brow just a little bit. Do
You just
nothing
hear Ross
else.
shifting.
Yes.
Meanwhile, in the other room, because Fontiev doesn't even know this is going. My God, this is a real page turner.
Fontiev is continuing his what is it? Past of not attending council meetings because he's
Literally
like
never
passed
attending
out in an
meetings.
alley or reading a book or
And then randomly butting his head in and disappearing. Okay.
Hey, if it works, right?
Yeah, right.
Rose says, any further speakers? Any further speakers? And Lady Lyrtos just stands up to say, "Yes, I agree. In fact, I agree with the amazing Maggie." She says, how wasn't you introduced yourself? Everyone's been talking about you. Do we call you the Maggie the Amazing or Maggie the Wise?
I think we could vote, or I should say, the council should vote before we get into any naming.
Okay. Rose actually looks kind of tired and says, "All right, if there's no more comments, let's call to a vote." And then she slams a hammer on the desk, and a little magical voting display appears in the illusion projector. The votes come in. In fact, people look at each other. Some people are whispering, but nobody votes against it. Queen Dara is.
What was that last thing that you
Queen
said?
Dara is voted to be.
Thank you.
What's the word? Not deposed, but the
Gent-
opposite.
gently removed.
Gently removed. To be
Early
retired.
retirement,
Early retirement.
There you go.
which is not that early.
She says it's very important, especially if we get guests. Rose puts in, although I do not vote, it's my personal opinion that as elves we must be dignified and graceful at all times, especially when we have such illustrious guests that we'd want to be visited by on a regular basis and not be producing such indignities as was seen the other day. She says, "Next order of business, proposals for the new government." And she slams her hammer. She says, "Who should speak first?"
I have a few ideas or things to note with that regard.
Everybody turns and looks at you with a little bit surprised, and Lady Lyratos says, "Maggie, you certainly are not elven, and you are not a resident of this city. Are you sure it is your place to speak of such things?"
I don't know that it's your place to tell me whether I'm elven or not. After all, do you know everything? And with regards to being a resident of this city, I mean, I could be starting today, or at any point in time, really. But I think the matter is that I was challenged to a duel by former Queen Madara, and since she had to, well, forfeit early, let's say, I am entitled to a number of her possessions and wealth and belongings, which I believe I should be assured that the council would make sure is returned to my possession.
So-
Plus, I hear you
So,
have an opening
Maggie,
on the
you're
council.
You're saying you have property here in the city.
I do, in fact. I have much of the former queen's property.
At this point, Duel Master Javier steps out of the shadows and he says, "The woman is correct. By the ancient and honorable rights of the duel, because the queen so disgraced herself with some sort of unfortunate accident in the presence of the avatar of the goddess, all of her property, her duel is forfeit, and all the spoils and her property are well deserved to Maggie by law, by tradition, by religion."
Along with 51% ownership of Underbuck's coffee. Trademark.
Not to mention that Lolth publicly denounced her in front of everyone at her own rally. But thank you, Master Javier. I do
Bows.
appreciate your enforcement of the rules.
He says, you've all made quite an impression on us, and I wish personally, for one, to see that you'd get your just desserts, or your just reward. And Lady Leota gives you kind of a funny look, and she says, yes, of course.
Well, now that it has been established that I have a wealth of property within the city, and I think I have more than proven myself, as well as the worth of all of my companions here, I should see no reason why I am not offered a position on the council for helping restore you.
There's a bunch of
places.
murmuring on the council back and forth.
At this point,
Couple
can
people kind of like glare almost in Maggie's direction. But go ahead.
I would like to do a little bit of insight checking on the people who are saying that they're on our side as this is being announced. I would like to do some insight checking just to see how our allies are feeling about this. You know what I mean? Like, are they super apprehensive? Are they kind of like, yeah, okay? Like, I just want to see what they're thinking.
Sure, you could roll it.
Nice. I know it'll probably be somewhat difficult. Oh gosh. 25?
25. Okay, so
Yeah, my passive is 20.
basically, people seem they're very grateful for Maggie's help, but they're kind of a little bit taken aback that Maggie seems to be reaching for more than they may have expected.
I am
But,
going to.
Let me finish.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
talking about the general people. Specifically, Lady Saphira seems to not really care, and she's just kind of cleaning her fingernails.
Mhm.
And she has a couple people who are looking to her for guidance. And Javier looks to be very pro Maggie in general.
Okay.
And Lady Lyratel is kind of squinting at Maggie, but General Tanya looks very approving of Maggie, as does Lady Alana.
All right. I would like to just make Maggie aware because we still have the mental connection, correct?
I think it wore off.
Did it?
I think it wore off.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Wore off.
I don't remember because I knew we had it last time, but I didn't know if it wore off before the meeting. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to be aware. Okay, cool. I'll keep
Actually,
my
at
thoughts.
this point, the woman of the biggest size speaks. Lady Saphira says, "Maggie, your ambitions are truly appropriate for a wise and powerful wizard of your character. But I do remember hearing, at least through the grapevine, that you intended to go on and conquer the rest of the empire. Is that true?
When
Rather
did I
than
ever
still
say
here.
that? Did I say that? At any point?
Merely hearsay.
Well, perhaps you should check your sources.
There's much whispering, and some people say, whoa.
Now, I do agree that the surface world needs to be, well, freed from the tyrannical rule of the Emperor. And, of course, having been in charge of the Resistance, that it is my part to assist there as well. But I'll be honest, the adventuring, the going through dungeons and under cities when it should just be 2 blocks, all of that doesn't quite...
And the dragons. Don't forget the dragons.
I can't say that there's a dragon right here, sir. Doesn't really suit my nature. I'm more of a thinker, a planner, which I can easily do from here. With scouts reporting in.
Javier says, I salute that sentiment. I think we would be quite fortunate indeed to have a personage of such esteemed wisdom among our town. He says, I do recommend that you immediately submit an application for a permanent residence quite at once, as soon as this meeting is concluded.
Do I need to apply, or have I earned any from the Queen? Obviously, I would not, impose as to put
Rose
any blame on
Fox
the
says
palace, but I'm sure that there are smaller residences that would not be of concern.
Rose coughs. She says, well, the trouble is we've just agreed that the old queen is inappropriate, but we haven't yet selected a new one.
Well, perhaps
That is
this
our next
a-
order of business.
Excellent. So if you can kindly approve me to the council, then I can participate in this vote.
You might
People
have an
look at each
even-
other, and some people, notably Lady Naranya and Lady Yohara, says, "This is ridiculous." No, she just waltzed
I
in here.
will say
don't
that I
appreciate
am not making any claims to queendom. I do not think that that would be a wise choice. I am not asking for that. But I do think I deserve a place on the council.
There's some more arguing, and at that point, General Tanya steps in. She says, "I have a comment here." She says, "If my sources and scouts are correct, this town will in fact be attacked by the Empire of Man, within the, if not the hour, then within the day itself. And at that time, I believe we do need to have Maggie and her associates on our side." And people agree on that, but some disagree. Some say, "Yeah, but we can't just make her, give her a noble title. I mean, she just walked in here. Who the fuck is she?" And some people say, "No, Maggie's great." There's debate. There's debate.
I've heard that this would not be the first time that such a thing has occurred. Was it not the case that the esteemed Lady Saphira here just burst in and demanded a place on the council? I do believe I heard that from some of the other council members themselves, but correct me if I am mistaken.
Lady Sphere, who is sharpening her fingernails, she gives you a look and she says, "Well, we can vote on it. If you think now is the right time for that."
I just think that the more support you have going into these tough times, especially with an imminent attack from the Empire, the better it would be to have on your council someone who has fought said Empire and can help you defend your city appropriately, especially now that one threat has already been removed.
Several of them say, "Well, General Tanya, where's your evidence coming from? We know about the earthquakes, but that's just the elementals rustling around. That's not anything."
I'm going to pipe up and just be like, "Rah," and shake my head no. Because that is absolutely not elementals. I don't know if they know who I am, but just no. No.
So the High Priestess Chanterelle steps up. She says, "Maggie, are you saying that you will not aid us in this attack unless we grant you this title?"
I'm not saying that I
She says,
would.
"By the way, I don't vote. I'm merely here in a chaplain capacity. Merely clarifying."
Indeed. Well, I would never not help. I mean,
So
that
you
would just be
always help.
terrible. But I will say there's quite a difference in stakes. If this is part of my area to defend, or if you don't want me here, then perhaps our resources will be allocated in a slightly reduced percentage. Again, I would never leave you defenseless. I mean, you clearly have defenses, but I mean, if you don't want me here,
Okay. So they debate a little bit more, and then I'm just trying to verify. I think it's Lady Donna, but let me not get this wrong. I believe it's Lady Donna who says, "Okay, how about this compromise? How about Maggie can be a voting council member as long as she is a permanent resident of the city?" And there seems to be most general agreement. People are nodding, although only like one or two people are shaking their heads no.
well, I find those terms agreeable. For now.
Okay, Rose Ash says, "All right, that issue is settled." She slams her hammer at the ground. She says, "Everybody vote. Take a few minutes." The votes come in, and it passes 8-2.
Do I know who voted against me?
It's anonymous.
Okay.
I know who voted against you.
I-
No, I am aware, but yeah, exactly. I think Yllaxis and
Guys,
myself have an idea.
I think Yllaxis voted against her.
Yllaxis doesn't have a vote. We're peons in this situation.
Not to my Maggie, never.
Lady Saphira looks around, and she is. Where's Dromik, by the way?
I'm the
Is
big
the
rock.
Elemental right there.
She looks directly
Maybe she can see
at.
through you.
She looks directly at Earthmig and says in Draconic. She says, "It is. I find it curious that Maggie's companions did not speak at all on this subject. It's almost as if they are subservient to her."
I can't speak Draconic? Did she
And
say it out
all
loud?
you hear is it just going,
you can hear it.
Dromik.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what was that, Charles?
You hear the Draconic. I think Yllaxis can too.
Oh, I can hear the Draconic,
I
and
can-
Yllaxis can as well, I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yes,
And-
I would
As
respond to
Elmic.
that.
Y-
He
yeah,
can't
no,
respond.
yeah, as
But
the
it-
Earth Elemental, I cannot respond. So I'm just going to look at her and,
You use true sight to know that you're a lizard.
oh yeah, she knows. That's fine with me. I'm just going to look at her and, just kind of, I'm not going to pay it any mind, really.
She just looks mildly curious. She just kind of shrugs.
No, the fairest comment in Draconic, I say, it seems like Maggie has the things in hand. If necessary, I'm absolutely willing to speak.
Okay.
I do a little
So-
nod.
Rose is doing the paperwork. She says, "Okay, that's done. So next order of business, new government. This needs to be done as soon as possible, especially if what General Tanya is saying is correct. Who shall be queen, and if not, what shall be done?" And she slams her hammer and says, "Begin proposals."
Perhaps we have a sort of tribunal or the council manages things in the interim. I mean, we've already seen the negative impacts when we have one leader who is not of sound mind and attempts to have more weight in the council than others.
The Lady Elena sits up and she says, "You know, Maggie, I am dearly, deeply grateful to you, but I must disagree. Every society needs to have a strong mother figure who tells her right from wrong. We will go to the dogs without such a thing." And Lady Lyrica says, I am inclined to agree. I think that it should be me, in fact, because I have such power and influence. The
And
enchanters
here we
guild,
go.
among the wand makers and the golem crafters. And those are the technologies and weapons which defend our city, and that is what we need. That is the strength we need as a ruler, the seat of rulership. So I propose that I shall be queen. And there's some discussion about that.
Well, Lady Lyrtel, I am very appreciative of your assistance with this, and of course that you have seen that the previous queen was needed to retire early. But at the same time, I think you all witnessed firsthand. And would it not be more helpful to have, I don't know, more than one mother figure to act appropriately
More
see to
than
the
one.
needs of the city? Perhaps as I said, a tribunal of sorts, just while things get settled. I mean, this is a very delicate time, and I would be wary of any one person trying to take all the power.
At that point, she says she's listening to you, but then she looks behind you, and then there is Nero, the grandson, running up, looking overjoyed, and he says, "Grandmama, is it true? Am I free?"
I look at Lyratel. I would hope so, based on our agreement that we had, but I don't know if you've terminated all the contract.
She says, "Completely free, completely free." And she gives you an ingratiating smile, and she says, "I see you have your own responsibilities. That child will need a lot of love and guidance."
Indeed. Can I insight check her, because I don't know if I trust that she's really relinquished all claim.
Sure.
Okay. Oh man.
You
Which dice
can-
do I roll?
You can do it, I believe in you.
Oh.
Maggie is
Okay.
very smart, but not nearly as wise as Dromik.
Oh, nope. There we go. 12.
It seems smug. That's all you can say. She seems quite smug.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Go ahead.
I look at Nero and I say, "How are you feeling, my friend?"
He says, "Well, I've learned a lot about wands. He's in a little bit about magic brooms too, in fact."
I look at him in the eyes to see if and try to get a sense of, is he still under whatever charm or gaze or whatever it was that was controlling him previously?
You can roll insight.
Very good. I will roll insight.
Ra asks Marvis, he says, "What is this business? What are they doing? What is happening here?"
9.
His eyes look a little red, a little bit bloodshot.
Okay.
We're just not rolling well on insight tonight.
Yeah. I put
Excuse
my
you, I
hand
rolled a
on-
25.
I know, yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
trustworthy. Everyone,
Sorry.
even the guy who is standing at the door bearing a giant battle axe with blood dripping off of it, totally trustworthy.
I put my hand on him and I say, well, I'm glad, but just for safe measures, a light silvery glow comes from my hand as it comes to his shoulders and sort of comes up to his vein. A warmth comes from it, and his eyes start to hopefully heal over as I use Cleansing Touch, my 14th level ability, which allows me to end one spell on any willing creature that I touch.
Okay, so his eyes clear up and he looks much more sober when he says, "Whoa, whoa, 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 that feels. Oh, everything feels different. What did you do?" And Lady Lyrita raises an eyebrow, and she turns back to discuss
He
with
still
her.
looks smug. Does she
No,
look a
she
little
does
less
not look
smug?
smug. She raised an eyebrow and then she quickly turned away.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. It seems like something was going on.
Whoa, he says, "Yeah, I've been here too long." He says, "Maggie, we gotta get out of here. I want to see the sun again."
That can be arranged.
He says, "I mean, if you're gonna stay here forever on this council, I mean, I get it, but you know."
If the council is willing to let me speak, may I?
Yes. Go ahead.
In my experience, fighting against the Empire and protecting my own lands, it seemed to me that most of this time, the heralds have been guided by everybody, of course, but the two main members of leadership right now have been, well, Maggie and myself. And I think of it this way. Maggie thinks of everything calculated and smart and is always thinking 5 steps ahead of everyone. Me, I just go in and see where someone needs help and make sure they're protected and put myself in the line. I would call Maggie the brain or the head, and myself the heart of the organization. And well, I think that every leadership and every government and everything like that really needs both. And, well, Maggie is absolutely the head. I think there needs to be members of this organization that are also the heart. And I think that is why you should have some sort of tribunal, at least for the time being, through these uncertain times.
Lord Thanner steps up behind Yllaxis. He slaps his hand on her shoulder. He says, "I agree." He says, and the voice of this beautiful and powerful young elf should be wisely heeded by the council. And immediately, Lady Donna says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We didn't even clear the charges on you yet, tough guy." And there's
Tell
some
me.
good. What's
Start
that?
there, then perhaps before voting on new rulership. I mean, if we want to ensure that all council members are fully restored to their former positions, aside from the obvious former Queen Madara, perhaps we should discuss the issue of Lord Thanner's unrighteous charges.
Rose Ashley side Jib's a little annoyed, but she says, "All right. We'll pause the whole government thing. We'll get back to that later." She says, "First we got to call the patrol officer with all the evidence about the charges against Lord Thanner." She's Detective Lisa. Please step up. Step up to the what's it called? Lectern. Okay, so Lisa she pushes the buttons. So she says, "Okay, so we got there. We had a tip. The tip was that he was, messing with some kids, who didn't know any better. We got there. He was showing them all kinds of weird pictures. He decided to ask any questions. We told him we're all under arrest. We told him we're going to load him into the wagon. Then I got called away. Then the wagon disappears. Nobody knows where Lord Thanner is. So, as far as I'm concerned, he's corrupting the youth and resisting arrest. I'm not sure how that can be forgiven, even if you get rid of Queen Madara."
Did you interview the youth to see if they were truly corrupted or what it was that he was teaching them, if they felt violated in any way?
He said, "Well,
Or
according
coerced?
to the Queen's decree, men have no rights anymore. So, you know,
Well,
we don't need to interview.
that queen was deposed.
There's
So-
some murmuring among the other people of the council. And Lady Spirit says that is a fair point, Maggie.
Now, I'm curious where you got this tip, because it came at quite an interesting time, right when the Queen was trying to, what was it, abolish the council? Prevent everyone from meeting. Seems quite...
The detective looks a little put upon. She says,
Coincidental
"Well, you know,
timing.
we have an anonymous tip system where there's a reward. Anyone who is, you know, abusing the defenseless and innocent, you know, manzels in distress, as they're sometimes called,
Of course.
is you know, if we get a tip about that, we don't ask questions twice." He says, and she says, "Anyone who's
And-
hurting a male, I would just," and she's still mad. She says, "I would never let a male be hurt like that." He's all fired up. They can barely defend themselves. They're just so naive and dumb.
I completely understand. I mean, I came here for this one after all. After he got himself into quite a bit of trouble. I
Are you
fully
referring to Nero?
understand Detective Lisa. Yes, I have gestured to Nero. Sorry, I'm doing it in person, but obviously the camera's off.
Yes.
Yes. I think everyone knows what transpired. But well, it is important to assess the verity of these claims, right? We want to speak with those who are apparently, who would have been the victims in the situation. And if they say that something happened, then of course we must believe them. But
Rose,
I'm concerned that you didn't
Are you
speak with
proposing to
them.
call more witnesses? This could take a while. And everybody kind of sighs and looks at the clock.
Well, can I ask a couple questions, if you don't mind?
Yes.
Detective Lisa, when you rounded up the former councilman over my shoulder, what did you do with the children, or the young men, I should say?
Well, we didn't know if they'd been, you know, used or you know, had their innocent virginity stolen in some way. We were going to go take them to the temple for a cleansing ritual. And we certainly didn't want them to go running off with any crazy ideas about, you know, devil worshipping or anything. So we had to keep a close eye on them, at least for the night.
What did you do?
Well, she said that the force was stretched a bit thin last night due to some issues with, you know, the Thieves Guild and all that, so we had to put him in the same wagon as the Lord.
You
Put them in the same wagon as the man who was allegedly assaulting them?
And then people will go, and everybody looks at her, and she says, "Well, I mean, it was, you know, it's not easy. We didn't have the resources."
Oh, but
And
Lisa, that should have been
"I
your
will
first
allocate more resources
concern.
to the police."
Oh, but Lisa, that should have been your first concern. If, as you said, you were so concerned and you would never let a man be harmed. I'm
Look,
quite
you gotta make tough
concerned.
decisions. If you're on the beat, if you're on patrol, you gotta make tough decisions all the time. You don't have all the information. You know, things might seem like they're getting worse. We were trying to try and wrap, and she's stammering.
Why would you put the perpetrator in the same enclosed space as the victims? I mean, it was the way I can see through. Could you see for yourself what was happening in there?
Lady Saphira says, "I think that Detective Lisa probably has given as much information as she can for the moment. Is that right, Lisa? Would you like to go take a break now?" And Detective Lisa says, she seems like she feels very put on the spot by you guys.
Well, if she's nothing more to add.
He says, "Yeah, I got a bun in the oven." And she's gonna go away.
Well, that's a choice, say. After she leaves the room, I will say, "Dear council members, I am just as concerned about the safety of our youth, especially our defenseless male youth, as any woman here.
And Lord Thinner pipes up. He says, "Yes, as a male, I think that they need rights to defend themselves, not busybody police."
I mean, I'm very concerned
I'ma
with the
just
management.
walk near our buddy Lord Thanner, just like put my arm on his shoulder and like usher him away from Maggie. Just like,
Away from Maggie? Wow.
yeah, just like not a good idea, bud. I'm just gonna stand over here. Just
I'm in a very
not-
tenuous
Run for your
not,
lives.
now.
not in a rude way, but just like a, why don't you come over here, buddy? Like a nice usher.
If there's a giant earth elemental that taps your shoulder, you probably just go.
Yeah,
Like,
It just
I'm not.
happens.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just like, maybe don't talk.
Not
Anyway.
not until your charges are cleared. sir.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a bad time. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, I truly question the truth behind these claims if this is the way that our esteemed police force handled the situation. Is no one
Lady
else
Zertel
concerned?
says, "You are correct, Maggie. I believe that it is possible that this whole thing was mishandled. It's possible that Lord Thanar even wasn't even guilty of these charges. I mean, if there was an anonymous tip with a bungling officer, then perhaps he should be cleared of all his charges."
Indeed, I feel that if the officer truly believed that there were victims and a perpetrator in this position, that she would not have, well, put them in the same enclosed space. A wagon, did she say?
Paddy wagon, I believe it was. And Lady Donna sees it. She says, "Well, what about the resisting arrest charges? Even if he was innocent, he should have stood trial. Like, no, he shouldn't just have fled the scene. That's
Well,
honorable."
correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like the youth were also trapped in that wagon, were they not? Perhaps they were the ones who were carted off by someone who was concerned about what was happening, and Lord Thaner was only involved in that because he happened to be trapped in the same space as them. We just cannot know. The police chief, detective, I don't quite remember her title, doesn't even seem to know about where they went, where the wagon went. Very mysterious situation indeed.
Lady Zephyria says, "This certainly sounds like one of crazy old Queen Madara's nasty schemes," and she says this in a very loud voice. She says, "Let's put this, as well as the whole diarrhea incident, all behind us, shan't we?"
Oh,
I will-
50% of the way there.
I will just say that perhaps if we are all concerned, we should at least speak to the youth to see if they felt that they were victims of any
Harmed
sort of
in any way, yeah.
situation. Yes, exactly. Because really, the first thing to have been done should have been to speak to them. In my personal opinion.
Rose says, does anyone else wish to speak, or are we ready for a vote?" All right, she says, "Vote to clear Lord Thaner of his charges."
I vote yes.
And she
'Cause I
says,
can vote now.
Ma'am.
No, I'm not saying that
No,
out
that's
loud.
not out loud. She's
no,
saying
that's
like
not out loud. This is Elena.
in the button. The button.
Yeah.
She has pushed the yes button.
I am saying that I am pushing the yes button. Yes, because
Okay.
now I can do that.
Okay, so he is cleared with what's the total number of people here? It's like, I think it's 10. It's 10, but now it's 11 because you're on it.
Yes.
So the vote to clear Thaner is 8-4-3 against. He says that passes. Lord Thaner may now speak and make proposals, and there's some discussion. He says, "Lord Thaner, do you need a minute to collect your presentation materials?" And he says, "Nope, I'm fully prepared." He says, "May I speak, dear lawyer?" He's talking to Dromik.
I'm gonna look over at Maggie and see what face do you have?
I will nod and gesture my hand out, like, please proceed.
Yeah, I'm not holding him against anything. I'm gonna just give him a little nod.
He says, "I propose that there should be a new system of government, a bit of a tribunal or temporary council, as suggested by Maggie, except with a chancellor or president or chairwoman, so that there's still someone who directs the proceedings, so we don't have a messy, long committee meeting every time a decision needs to be made, but they are still there to provide input. That is my proposal for the new council, and a new chancellor will be selected at each regular meeting." He pauses to let people think and talk.
I do a big nod.
Lady Lyrathel doesn't seem so crazy, but she's like, "I don't know about this. I think it's better if I'm queen."
I think it's better if
raise an
I'm in
eyebrow.
charge.
Yeah, yeah. Just Do we really trust someone who's gonna be like, I think I should be in charge?
I mean, fair, but
I'm
Or
not saying
those
that. I'm
two
not
think you
saying
should
that
be
out loud
charged.
in character. Just for the record.
yeah.
That was out of character.
Weird.
I'm just thinking it.
Lord Thanos says, I wish to call another speaker, not a voting member, temporary speaker. This is just a Shantae representing minority religions. And some people say, oh, brother. And some people say, get that crap out of here.
They say, oh, brother.
Oh, sister.
Oh, sister.
And he says, it is
Oh,
very
get that swine out of here.
It is important for the growth and development of the Genetics speaks about how you have to have a council that supports different points of view, minorities, blah blah blah. And Lady Sphere says, I think that's a very good point. Doesn't everyone agree that's a very good point? And she has a couple minions here who are gonna nod. And Lady Laratel looks a little annoyed at Maggie, increasingly annoyed. She says, Maggie, what do you think of this proposal?
Well, I did indeed suggest that a tribunal would be a good idea, at least until things are settled. I too am concerned about what happens if one person has quite a bit more power than anyone else, especially when, that one person could be compromised.
Okay. So, Lord Thanos, he's going to say, okay, I'm going to stick my paper into this projector here, and you can see my proposal. It's quite simple, blah, blah, blah. What else?
Can I
Yep.
roll, just a straight intelligence check or something to see if I think his proposal seems fully sound, or if there's any, weird loopholes with my big brain?
It says there's going to be a monthly meeting, and for each year, there's going to be a chancellor who will set the agenda, but other people can add to the agenda, and the chancellor has a tie-breaking vote.
Like the chancellor as a figurehead, essentially.
Yes, and is the head of state.
Okay, yeah.
But there's still a tribunal to vote on things. The chancellor's mostly overseeing the proceedings and then gets the tie-breaking vote.
Yeah, they're like the president for the year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a hybrid of both the council and the single soul queen leader, which
More of what you'd call the parliamentary.
yes.
Parliament.
Yes.
Parliamentary.
Which Dromik, I'm speaking in Terran, so I don't think anyone can understand what I'm saying, but I will say I think that this is a good idea. I like this one. It's a nice mix of both. But I don't think anyone understands what I'm saying.
No, just
Just rock sounds. I am not going to cancel this. No, thank you.
Dromik looks,
I have 7
calm
hours as a
about
rock.
it. Yeah. if Elmic looks calm about it, I think I'd interpret, me at least would interpret this as acquiescence. If Elmic seems angry about it, that would be a no. So it
Yes.
doesn't seem angry, is what
No.
it sounds like.
No, Dromik would be
Yeah.
scratching his chin, nodding his head, and I would say in Terran, this seems like a good combination of the two. But I don't know if I'm also kind of testing to see if Lady Saphira says anything, but I doubt she will.
He says, I believe I will go with Maggie, and my those who follow my thought of wisdom above all will also go with Maggie's proposal here. And she makes a specific nod towards Maggie.
I give a kind nod back. So I'm asking this out of character just for my understanding. So in the proposal, does it list any I don't want to say contingency plans, but what happens if the chancellor is compromised?
There's a succession. It says if they're what do you mean compromised? You mean dead?
No, compromise. What if someone is
Goes
puppeteering them or
insane.
gets into their mind? Does basically what Queen Madara did? Does the
It's the
chancellor?
same language from the previous constitution. So if they're mentally unsound or disfavored by the goddess or whatever.
Right, but are there
Meeting
clauses in there to prevent the chancellor from straight up disbanding the council or preventing them from meeting? Because if not, I would suggest to include those in there.
Lord Thaner would say that is an excellent suggestion, Miss Maggie. I will amend it immediately.
Out of curiosity, no, I'm not going to say anything aloud or ask questions, but I've been looking this over too. Does it say anything, or does it seem like Aenor, willingly or not, or knowingly or not, has let himself an in to be the chancellor, meaning a male as chancellor, or does it expressly say female, woman, lady, etc.?
It is non-gendered. It says it's protected from this. There should be no restrictions based on gender or religion.
Oh, it says it outright. Okay.
And it does say the chancellor needs to be a resident.
It's fine print, but it's outright.
Very good. Very
Yes.
good. I will say nothing.
And can you remind me that the chancellor is selected like each year by vote?
Each year, first meeting of the year by vote of the council. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Rose says if there's no further proposals, we will submit this proposal to a vote.
I would just just while we're discussing new government and leadership per se, I would also suggest perhaps we have a temporary, ceasefire or just reconsider this whole dueling process. It seems that the former queen was abusing her power by challenging those she believed below her status in order to just gain their belongings or what have you.
Rose says that will be handled. We need to handle more important matters first, more pressing matters. But we certainly will get to that.
So first we vote on the leadership and then the specifics of the new government.
Then there will be time for more nuanced decree proposals. So she calls for a vote, and they're going to start voting. There does seem to be more people that don't like this idea. I assume Maggie's voting for it.
Yep. I'll vote for it as long as those clauses that I suggested were included.
Okay. It passes 6-5, so it's pretty close.
Good thing.
And Rose reports this. He says, well, then the next vote shall be the selection of a new chancellor, if this is the way things are going to work. She says, I guess my job description will be a little bit lighter, which I certainly won't mind. Who shall be nominated for chancellor? Immediately, Lord Thaner nominates himself, and Lady Lyratel nominates himself. Some other people nominate General Tanya, who seemed a little bit surprised and confused by this.
You should have added a clause that you can't nominate yourself. Forgot about that. Oops.
Well,
Specifics.
pretty. I mean, not for nothing. Like in every parliamentary system, it's always like you can nominate yourself, but you need
a second.
by
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, someone else needs to
like
say
an
yes.
endorsement or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget
So
what the
I don't
official
know.
term
That's
is.
like standard. Yeah.
I nominate Spartacus.
I mean,
like
it's basically.
I second.
So the candidates start making their platform. She says, Rose says, please submit your platform to the projector so we can see what policies you propose to progress on, and they submit ideas. Lady Lyratel basically proposes a return to normalcy, where everything will go back to the way it was before all this madness. And
Oh boy.
and Lord Thaner has these radical ideas about, all boys shall be educated, and equal job rights, and the homeless shall be supported, and all this stuff. So there's some discussion about this. Go ahead.
I just want to say, I guess it's 7-5 because it was 8-3 before, but Thanar can vote now, so I assume it's 7-5.
I mean, I don't have a great memory. I think it was 10 originally, and then plus Maggie makes it 11. But
Okay. I just wanted to be consistent for this. I just wanted.
It may have been that technically Lord Thaner shouldn't have voted beforehand, but he did, and just.
I gotcha. No worries
Maybe.
then. Gotcha. 11
It's
it
fine.
is.
We still
Yeah,
had
no big deal.
a majority.
I'm just trying to keep track of my little brain.
Yeah.
That's all. All good.
yeah. So they're making proposals. They're making a couple speeches. Some people are getting coffee and muffins. They're taking a moment. I don't know if you guys want to intervene in this or not.
What is General Tanya? Since you were nominated, do you have a platform in mind?
He says, well, I'm really only concerned with defending the town. I don't think it's appropriate for a military officer to control, civilian policy. I think it's a bit of a conflict of interest. She says, but I am very popular, especially since people attribute me for saving the town from all those marauding lizards.
Is there anyone? So it's General Tanya was nominated, and then Lord Thanner and Lady Lyratil nominated themselves. Is anyone else nominating themselves? Are there any other nominations?
There is not currently, no. Lady Spirit is just sitting reading a book of magic.
She does not give a crap.
I empathize. What book is she reading? Can I see
One
the
day it will be yours. One day you
Wow.
will do this. No, I mean, one day Maggie will be doing the same thing, also reading a book during these council meetings and then chiming in when she needs to.
That's the dream.
Okay, so do you guys want to nominate other people or just kind of let it ride? You want to try to like sense what people are leaning towards?
Well,
Yes.
How much time do we have until we have a vote? You said people are getting muffins and stuff.
Yeah, they're getting coffee and muffins. It seems like there's about a 30-minute break here.
Okay.
Assume we
You
need
want-
some time for everyone to kind of introduce their ideas.
Well,
You
yes, but it's not too long because it's a bit of an emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
do you
it's
want to
late.
whip votes? Do you want to whip votes, or do you want to? What do you want, Maggie?
I definitely don't want Lady Lyratil to be queen, because...
Well, yes, but do you want me to
Well,
see if
be-
Oh,
whip?
yeah. Yeah, if you have an idea of who's voting for what, please do advise.
Do you have a preference of which way you want it to lean? I think, personally, I would think Lord Thanner, but I don't think this society, or at least the members of this council, are ready for that sort of radical change, unfortunately.
I am
I don't-
rather in agreement with you. As much as I personally agree with Lord Thanner's policies, I think that it's such a delicate time it may be too large of an adjustment, as unfortunate as that is. But at the same time, I do have some concerns. General Tanya is Chancellor, that someone of a more politically inclined mind may take advantage of her. Not myself, of course.
I'm gonna stomp over to you two and just like, wow, then point over at General Tanya as well. Just like, yeah, that's it.
So you're gonna point at Tanya?
I'm agreeing with both of them, but just
I'm
but just
going
in pantomime.
to reach up and try to like be like,
You're like,
Helmick, just put that.
okay, I'm gonna go back and hang out again.
Well,
By the way,
That was-
Marvis, are you there? I heard somebody take a breath.
Are you alive, Roldan? Is your mic funky? Happens sometimes.
Anyway, Raw asked Marvis. He
Went
says,
again.
"Marvis, what is these beings' purpose? Why are they doing this?
Mostly to waste taxpayer money.
You're not there. You're like reading a romance novel.
I'm just a ghost.
Seems like Marvis
Yeah.
out briefly, so we'll move on. Anyway,
I would like to spend that brief recess sort of looking around, trying to whip votes and see what people are saying right now, how they want to vote.
so you can roll a social skill, including insight of your choice, to do this.
Oh, it's definitely going to be persuasion or intimidation is funny, but I'm not going to do that.
Just intimidate everyone into figuring out what they're voting. Who are you voting for?
25.
Nice.
Good.
So, if to Yllaxis, it looks like Lyratil is in the lead. It looks like she's in the lead with 6. And the others are like, or sorry, not 6, 5. And the others are like, so there's 11 total. So this is like 4 for Tanya and 3 for, counting this right? I can't count. And 2 for Thanner. That's what it looks like right now. There's some people who want to vote for Thanner, but they just think he has no chance.
Interesting.
And they think that Lyratel is like okay, and she has probably the best chance.
If I may, just an observation. While I do admire Lady Lyritel's business mind and her experience being a member of the council, I would also caution against a full return to the way that things were. I mean, we do see how that ended up. I think it's important to take into consideration moving forward. And if there are those who are uncomfortable with the great changes suggested by Lord Thanner, then perhaps General Tanya is the perfect in between as someone who is well liked and admired by the general populace for dealing with the lizard folk issue caused by the previous queen. Um,
Are you
I
saying
mean,
this out loud, like as a speech?
yes,
General Tanya immediately she says, "Oh, I couldn't. I really don't think it's appropriate for me to do this." And a bunch of other people are like, "No, you're great. You fight all the bad guys. We love you."
General Tanya, I mean, you won't be alone. There is the council. And if anything, I would feel more comfortable with someone who really takes the words of the council to heart and has a decisive mind the way a military leader must, rather than someone who might try to impose too much of their own ideas. I think you are someone who it's proven has listened to the needs of the people. I
And
think
Lord,
that
Lord Tanner looks kind of crestfallen, and he interrupts. He says, but Maggie, I mean, to merge the military and civilian powers would just be to invite corruption in the government."
I do fully understand your concerns, and if it were a different leader, I would definitely share them. But at this very tenuous time, in order to make the populace feel safe when there are so many threats, perhaps it is not the worst. And it's not like General Tanya will be queen, she will be chancellor, and must take the heedances of the council to heart. So it's not a full mergence. I would also say that if you are going to be chancellor, which of course is a move up, then perhaps your current acting deputy general might take over most of the.
And he says, "Of course,
Um,
well, Katya will should be able to handle everything. Come on, you, Katya." And Katya says,
oh boy.
Anyway, Lyratel is a
So
little
that
pissed
there
off
is no
about
conflict
Maggie
of interest.
prattling, and Lyratel wants to make a speech too. I'm going to summarize it by having her just roll, but we're going to need to roll to see whose speech is the best. And if anyone's helping make your speech better, let me know now.
If you want me to help Maggie's speech,
Yeah.
I'll interject too, and I'll say, as a commander on the field, I feel the same way. Why Maggie, like I said, Maggie is the brains. You have a rare combination with Tanya of having the mind of the military, but also the heart of the people, and the people seem to trust her already. She has name recognition out there, and I'm sure people are willing to follow her in these tough times, especially since leadership is going to be new. You need someone that has some familiarity.
So, if people pay attention to Yllaxis, not only does Yllaxis have almost pointy ears, but she has that nobility and grace.
Excuse me, I also look like an elf right now. I'm
I thought
just
you were
saying.
being real Maggie.
No, if I was real
No?
Maggie, I'd be talking like an old lady. That's why I said you can't tell me I'm not an elf. I'm at this meeting looking like a drow.
Okay, hold on a second. So you
Yeah.
told them all that you were an elf named Maggie? Is
I
that
never said I was named Maggie. I
had them all-
literally specifically never said.
It was
I never
Maggie.
said. They were like, "What should we call you?" And I said, "We can get to that." I never said I was Maggie. I only said
Well, you're not gonna put you on the
like
council.
a
We don't
drow.
know who you are. We have to
Well,
go
then we
back.
could have discussed. Do you want to
Okay,
go back?
but how? Okay, explain this to me. How would they put you on the council if they don't even know who you are?
Well, then we could have had the conversation. I guess I assumed that because everyone was just calling me Maggie, that I was like, fine, I guess I'll go with it.
Right.
I didn't realize that they just didn't even know, because I never said I was old again.
Okay, so are you pretending? Is it safe to assume you were pretending to be an elf named Maggie or something like that?
So, okay.
I think it may be the way to go currently.
In order to, yeah, it's not what I would have done, but in order to make it easier, I will just say that, I mean, no one can really verify what race Maggie was, and they all had their own idea of her. And that it is for certain that I am the one that they are referring to when they say Maggie did all these deeds. They were all done by me, and if they wish to call me Maggie, then sure, that's what lots of people call me.
Okay. But you look like an elf, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so yeah, so what are we talking about? But Yllaxis, not only is she actually half of an elf, but she has a noble background. So she is especially graceful, excuse me. So you guys can both roll your social skill of choice, and we'll take the higher roll, and I will roll for Lady Lightfall.
Beans, natural 20.
Did
Wow.
you really?
Beans!
Yeah.
I'll
Good
roll
job,
just for the heck
bean
of it.
dice.
29.
So everyone claps at
I
Yllaxis.
got, yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know if it matters what I got, because that was great. But if it's just straight persuasion, I got a natural 17 plus 2 if it's based on charisma. If it's based on intelligent, logical thoughts, then obviously it's higher, but that's fine.
So people are gonna nod sagely at Maggie's speech and her wisdom, but they're all gonna clap and they're gonna say beautiful at Yllaxis' wonderful orator.
It's very fair. She deserves it.
Good job, Beans. Good job, Yllaxis.
What was your total, Yllaxis?
28.
Wow. Yeah, she rolled a 19, but she can't beat that. Okay. So the vote is gonna be Tanya wins with 7, and the others do not win.
I'm just gonna say in Terran, there's always next year.
Well, Lord Tanya looks very disappointed, and he wipes away a little tear, and he slumps against the Dromik's rocky eyes.
As I'm saying that there is always next year, I'll give him a little, like,
Will never change. They're too stubborn.
I'll give him a little gentle pat on the back with, like, my 2 fingers. Like, it's okay, buddy.
I'd like to just pat him on the arm and say, there will be time. You've already made one great change by introducing your suggestion of having a chancellor.
Well, and then so everybody kind of cheers and puts Tanya up in a big seat. And there's a big throne that they bring out of the closet. Yeah. And she says, well, since I am chancellor, I think we better go into all the other proposals. She says, I think we must, first order of business will be to find some way to try to defend the town from any attacks by this empire. So I think that taxpayer money should be allocated, significant money should be allocated, she puts up a plan, to the town's defense. All forces and other foreign engagements should be immediately recalled, and we should focus on the town's defense. And assuming you guys... Go ahead.
Does that include a ceasefire with the LizardFolk, provided that they do not attack us, of course, as we must focus all of our attention to the, what did you say it was, impending Tarask or Empire invasion?
She nods. She says, yes, I heard that on the word of not only multiple scouts seeing the Bloodworms, but also on that of Sister Shantae, who bows over there. And we have, as well, non-aligned divination wizards who have confirmed that such a thing, or such a general thing, will be happening within either tonight or tomorrow. Not clear when. And she says, I agree with Maggie. Sorry, she says, I agree with Maggie. We will immediately sign a treaty of cohabitation with the LizardFolk. He says, actually, they were talking about some sort of problem with their cave that they lived in, a bit lower down. Did you perhaps speak with them on that, Maggie? I'm not sure where you've been, but your group did mention an intention to go speak with them.
We did. Yllaxis, would you care to summarize? I think you spoke with him a bit more directly, since you are well versed in Draconic.
I did. In summary, they're worried about their fate. The world is dying. And, unfortunately, they don't have much time. Well, they don't think they have much time to live. The environment down there is slowly fading away. It seems that they were referring to as stars which are these bright lights on top of the ceiling of the caves down below, are fading, and it's destroying the plant life and then the rest of the ecosystem. It's just awful. That's what they're worried about.
Lady Laertel says, well, if they're having problems, they'll have to sort it out on their own. We can't be bothered with that stuff. We have to worry about our town, don't we? And it's a bunch of people not.
And isn't it important in protecting our town to solve any issues that we have with people who would attack us?
Certainly.
Do you
That's
suggest...
the best form of defense.
I mean, what do you suggest we sit back and wait for them to continuously attack and not even have a conversation to see if there's something we can do to help our neighbors, and perhaps they can help us in turn with, again, the Tarasques that are on their way?
Yes. Go ahead.
There is going to be a major displacement of people soon because of their environment, and also because of this Tarrasque that comes if we don't do something about it.
I think it was 2 Tarasques, Yllaxis.
2, you're right, 2, yes.
The council is all very
Yes, but 2. Why not 3?
They say, well, people have heard different things. We don't know exactly. It'll be 1 or 2 or perhaps 1.5 or something.
We can only hope. Maybe just a half a Tarrasque. Sorry, God. Sorry.
Hopefully the bottom half of the terrace, this way it can't actually do anything and just dies immediately.
It could hit us with its tail. Don't. All right.
The
sorry,
aura
go
still
on,
exists
Yllaxis.
if it's only half.
Just a foot.
No, I was
Just a
just
really
going to
lethal
say,
foot.
they're going to be displaced because of their environment, even if this city, especially if this city is protected from the force that is the Tarrasque. What do you think is going to happen when these people get displaced? Where do you think they're going to go? How do you think they're going to look for food and water?
Actually, on that note, I do believe, just something to consider while we're talking about displacement, that it is very important to start a refugee resettlement agency. I do think that there is a...
I like the idea, but if we are going to be attacked, and Jesus, the one thing that the legends of the Tarrasque say is that it is very destructive, and destruction necessitates repair, and the repair is not cheap, and people not.
What are you saying? What are you saving your coffers for?
Can I gesture for like some paper or something? Does anyone have like a pencil or paper, or do I?
You can stick it in like a magical slot that will make
it
projection.
Hooray! I would like to write in like a little on paper. Having the lizard folk aid us in a fight will prevent more destruction. Da-da. Put it up there.
Indeed. And if there is destruction, then for those who have lost their homes or have to relocate, wouldn't it be better to have someone organizing that and can help them get proper jobs, which can perhaps include repairing the city, rather than complete chaos and mayhem and a severe reduction in the workforce, because with the destruction of the city will come many lives lost.
There's talk and there's general agreement. She says yes.
And I believe there is a very well qualified woman in the city named Tyra, who is well acquainted with the refugee situation.
So Tanya says, okay, so just to be clear, you're proposing that if we promise to resettle the lizards, that they will fight and die for our town? Is that
I think I propose, well, it's sort of a two-point plan, if you will. First, we should have negotiations with the lizard folk to come to an official ceasefire and work together against the real problem that is a risk to both of us. And if we help with their resettlement, then that can be part of our negotiations with them. But it isn't just the lizard folk that have been displaced thus far, and it's not just the lizard folk that can be helpful in guarding the city or repairing it, especially with such imminent doom.
There's some discussion, and there's some discussion. Lady Laertel says, well, that's a very nice idea, a very nice dream, you might say. But, esteemed Maggie, if we are to be attacked imminently, can we really conclude all these negotiations and these blood alliances so quickly?
I'm gonna.
What do you propose?
Oh, go ahead. I'm just gonna write in.
And on cue, Tarrasque's attack.
Priorities.
I'm sorry. What was that, Charles?
She says, I'm merely proposing that we set the proper priorities first.
I'm gonna write in a little paper. I agree with waiting on full negotiations, but we should be aware that you have a fighting force below you that is strong. Being with them is going to help in an imminent battle. Even if we do not decide on relocation, it might be best to work with the people who live below you.
Lady Yvonne says, and exactly how many lizards are there?
I'm gonna write, we did not count.
A lot.
There are a few, and
Maybe.
and as you know, they are brave and strong.
In your view, you counted about 50 to 60 of them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell them that how many, but I'm just gonna say a good amount at least.
He says, well,
If
we
they
do have
are-
strong fighters.
If they are well-accomplished fighters who, as you saw, made it this far into the city, then while I do entirely agree we don't have time for full negotiations, at the very least a ceasefire and a temporary alliance to deal with the problem at hand, I think is a necessity.
Tanya says, yes, agree. She says, now I've drawn up a plan for a defense of the city, where we should put the golems, where we should put the riders, etc. She submits it. She says, if anyone disagrees with the plan, please let me know. I think we need to agree on this straight away.
Does it include a clause or some note on having an alliance with the LizardFolk?
She has scratched in a little note that says, put lizards here if they arrive. So basically, she says we need to have a group defending the palace. She says, I think that's likely to be attacked as it's obviously a symbol of government. She says potentially the central pillar and the Temple of Love. They might try to collapse the sea on us. That would be very bad if that happened, but they might try. He says, and I will rely on you, Lady Sphere, as you are quite a powerful dragon. And Lady Sphere says, really, you want me to be involved in this? To risk my scales?
I'm
She says,
gonna.
expect... And they're kind of debating. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna write in the thing. This is the home of your wizarding school. It might be best to defend it. We have seen the Empire firsthand. They are quite destructive, and they will not stop until people are.
I can pack it up and put a new door to it anywhere I want.
It is very convenient.
Vera, I do understand your position, but I do believe when we had discussions, you mentioned that you would be willing to assist against this threat if, we assisted with some matters that were of concern or interest to you. I, of course, could never try to persuade you to do anything that you didn't want to do, but your help would be very much appreciated, as you are, well, the strongest magic user within this city, are you not?
I am, in fact.
If you could, well, if there really is one, or if there are two Tarrasques incoming, I mean, no one has really defeated a Tarrasque in recent history. It would be quite a feat, one that I'm sure would spread your name far and wide, even above the surface, would it not?
He says, that is a good point. It will prove the power of magic and how magic is superior to all other forms of activity.
Indeed.
So, I will do so.
Thank you.
Tanya says, okay, I'm going to assign you to help guard the palace and the temple, Lady Spirit, and I'll put most of our golems with you. Okay, she says, now it's very late. Are there any more proposals before we conclude for the night?
I just have one request, really. If you don't want
Lord
to...
Tanner is also raising his hand as well, but go ahead.
If you don't want to completely absolve the dual system, which I understand, I only ask that myself and my companions no longer become targets of this. I think once is quite enough for us, when we weren't even involved with the politics of the city.
She says, you know what, that's a fair point. No, very rarely has anyone used this except that crazy old queen, so let's make a proposal to abolish the dueling system very briefly, okay? And shall you summarize it? Go straight to the vote. It passes 9 to 2. No more duels.
Thank you.
And Lord Thunder says, I also propose that the rights of males be reinstated to where they were before Queen Madara's decrees that no males should leave their houses. And Tani says, I agree, we should also propose that. And that's going to be summarized as well. It's going to be an 8 to 3. Males allowed to be outside unaccompanied and to ride mounts.
Well, that's good for them.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good for them.
Yay.
Agreed.
Nope.
Me and Kiff wanted to send each other to the Shadow Realm in a duel.
Ooh, that's good.
That sounds exciting.
Okay, so
He
she's
was gonna bring out a Red Eyes Black Dragon. I was gonna do some bullshit maneuver where I summoned Exodia. It was gonna be amazing.
Oh dear. Tani says, I now propose we all go to bed and get some rest to see what happens, but just be watch your back and be on your guard.
Indeed. And if you could all call me Magdala moving forward, I mean, it just does sound more graceful, more befitting a council member. Let's use the full name.
What, Magdalene?
Magdala.
Magdala.
That's
Yeah,
her real
yeah,
name.
Magdala.
Yeah, that's
Magdala.
the full
That's her full
name.
name.
Yeah.
That's
Lady Rachel smiles and he says, that sounds positively elfish.
It is my name, so I would certainly hope so.
She
All right.
squints to you, but not.
Let us go to bed, I suppose. Are we adjourning? I'm
Yeah,
taking
there's adjourning. People are
Nero.
getting their coats.
Yeah,
They're
I
really like,
am-
wow, this is a lot.
taking Nero, and we are getting out of here. Oh yes, wait. I would like to go to Duel Master Javier and say, Duel Master Javier, thank you so much for your support and reiterating that I am entitled to residence within the city. Could you kindly direct me to my new quarters? Again, I would not be so presumptuous as to assume the palace. That seems like a conversation for another time, but I assume that there were some other residences that I am now entitled to for
He's
myself
just-
and my companions.
He says, well, we'll have to speak with your lawyer, of course, but since the palace is no longer in use, and it did last belong, or at least last I checked, belonged to the queen, that is certainly something we should investigate, shan't we?
Well, I just want to know where my companions and I should be sleeping for the night in one of my new residences.
He says, yes, it might be a little bit difficult to kick the crazy queen out, to evict that nutty queen, so...
I am, again, not saying anything about the palace. I am saying that I am sure there are some other residences, but if you...
you insist.
It's a thought that can be put on.
I mean-
Can be thought while we, rest up for a big fight. I think.
Yes, I just want to know where we should be sleeping, because I think
He's-
that now
okay,
that I
he's-
have a
yeah,
residence in the
he's-
city, I don't want to stay in a hotel. I'm just saying.
He says the queen was entitled to the palace, and she also did have a private apartment that is mostly used by her daughter. However, he says, evicting them might take a little bit of work and a little bit of time, and they might be very upset and again call in stuff. So he said one might want to do it a little more delicately.
He has no other residence aside from the palace and one little apartment.
Well, it's quite a royal suite.
And the royal suite, I apologize. It's just those two.
Jeez, it's not a very big city, I'm afraid.
Maggie,
It seemed pretty big to me.
we have several allies in the city at this point. I'm sure we can talk to.
I am tired, and the prospect of a giant monster squashing my house flat in the middle of the night is rather.
Yes, I don't want to start any fights right
But
now.
I can
was-
check the records for you. I'm sure, in addition to the help from your lawyer, as soon as I am able.
The morning will be fine. I was simply asking so I could get an idea of where we would sleep for the night. But Yllaxis, you are correct. We have many allies who can give us a place to sleep.
Yes, in fact, where is he? Here in somewhere, but Mr. Valentino would offer to let you stay at his place. He's going to come and say that he heard about everything sounds great, and he's happy to let you guys stay at his place. He has a big guest room.
That sounds lovely.
He says
I'm
he knows
good with
the
that.
adventuring life can be hard as you're always going from place to place, but you
Indeed.
deserve comfort.
Indeed. Well, if you would be so kind as to escort us,
He shall.
Sir Valentino.
Yes, he shall.
Do we want to get to Valentino? I think we could probably... Do you want to take a break now? Do you want to get to Valentino? What do you want to do? DM?
We can take a break now and you get a long rest.
Wow, I'm so excited about that. I was
why-
very limited in spells, and I was a little
Yeah.
scared. Also,
Or-
why it was not gonna not be Earth.
Real quick, what was it that you needed from me, Charles? Sorry, I kind of zoned out for a bit. I tend to do that sometimes.
I
Oh,
don't
someone's
need-
ring a bell.
I was merely trying to entertain you with a question. Rob.
Okay,
Oh,
just
and what was
just
the
remember,
question
Ask away.
to that?
Wings. A Kiff
Yeah.
gets its wings.
Ask away.
Rob was gonna ask, what is the purpose of these beings and their council? What do they serve?
They
Ask him that.
serve as, I want to say, authority figures. They run things for this city. They are in charge of it. They sometimes make rules for people to follow.
He says, who shall make rules for us? Are we of the same kind as them?
No, you can make your own rules if you want.
He said, well, where should I start? I don't understand. How can I be directed if I have no purpose? How can I direct others?
I say, as an example, maybe your purpose is to help others find their own purpose. Others like us.
Interesting, he says. You mind if I go on my own and seek this out?
Yes.
Okay, he's gonna go off and he's gonna go figure that out.
Ra wandered off. The party has been delayed 5 days.
He's doing
Oregon
his...
Trail.
He's soul searching. Yeah.
It's Oregon Trail all over again.
Okay, you are now allowed to have a break.
Woo!
Yay!
All right, so we're gonna
Like
go
in
on
real
break
life?
time, like in real life. Wow. Pardon me. We're gonna go on a break. That means that I'm able to like talk with people, and you can ask questions, comments, all of that. And yeah, it's break time. Oh, what was that?
I was just gonna say, if anyone's quiet for too long, I'm like, are they with us?
Where are they? Where are
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Speak, spirit. Okay.
Okay, I think we are good to go.
So you're over here at Valentino's penthouse apartment, which is nice. He does have a guest room. It's not huge. Doesn't really have enough beds for everyone, but he has some like fluffy rugs you could lie down on and not
Perfect.
be too uncomfortable.
Nero came with us.
Yeah, I'm.
Can't
If
find
you
where
want
he
him to
is.
come with you, then he will do.
Fluffy, it's
so.
the rugs.
He came with us.
Sure, there he is. Yeah, you found him.
I found him.
I saw a blue hand fishing around behind the screen over here too. I don't know what that was all
Whoa.
about.
Fishing behind the screen. I was probably just trying to get to my tray because it's
Yeah, sometimes when you're
Right at the
scrolled
edge.
out too, it's like if my hand just happens to go over
Yeah.
there, we can't see anything behind the screen.
Did
Yeah.
my eyes deceive me, or did Altier gain a little off yellow shade somehow?
That was the
Yeah.
one that I had saved, apparently.
Oh,
I can certainly
whatever
certainly
color you
choose
want
the
him to
color.
be.
Yeah, I like
did
it the
get a
little
cream shade.
silvery.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
I'm gonna try to play with that a little bit, but
Yeah.
I want it.
On the not on the warm tone scale, the cool tone scale. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
So I have zoomed out this map. I'm not too concerned about the exact distance, but let's just assume that each square is roughly 10 feet. But I know it's not, but let's just assume that for now. Anyway, so to get a long rest requires at least, assuming that you weren't exerting yourself during all the speaking, at least 6 hours of actual sleeping for most people. So, what's your plan before and after that? I should
Before
probably take a
sleeping?
calendar as well. So let's say you went to bed at 12:30. You need at least 6 hours of sleep.
last question from
Yeah.
me before we went to sleep. Did I have enough time to finish learning Mirage Arcane? You said I was
Yes.
6/7 of the way there. Okay. Thanks.
Well, yeah.
Thank you. I didn't prepare it for today.
yeah.
I just want to know for record keeping purposes.
So people, Valentino says, guys, I've heard that we're going to be attacked any minute now. He says, what should we do? Hello.
Hey, I'm back. No, I rebooted Discord and just unplugged and replugged my microphone. That
You
thick
sound
angle.
a lot better.
Yes, much,
You
much,
sound
much
way better,
better.
Rob.
I had a feeling it was gonna be something to do with Discord.
Okay. Well, anyway, so Valentino's asking us what's going on, what we should do.
He says, I keep hearing we're going to attack any minute. We're getting all these earthquakes. What should we do? He says that before you guys go to bed, probably around 12:30.
Oh,
We need to fortify. I mean, we don't know where the attack is going to happen. Saphira's got the citadel. Best option is gather forces, listen to what Tanya says for now, and when we see the Tarasques, exert all force we have at them. There's no other options.
well, should we try to perhaps lead them? If we can keep them out from getting into the city, that would be good to minimize damage.
Certainly. Do we have any... Oh, you wouldn't know this, Valentino, but we should have asked Tanya if they have heavy artillery, ballistas, and the like.
He says they seem to be organizing their defenses around the Temple of Love and the Spider Palaces. They seem to think that's probably what's going to get attacked. They do have some of those. We're not really huge on that kind of thing because we don't expect attacks of giant monsters breaking through the walls. We tend to just expect attacks at the gates, which are a lot easier to defend because they're just a narrow tunnel. And there's a lot of static defenses there.
Mildred was not at the council meeting, right?
Mildred has not been seen in some time.
How suspicious.
Okay, so let's call it. Do you want to get up at 6:30 a.m.?
Yeah, I think that's
I think we need
the
to
way to
get
go.
up as
Okay,
early
6:30.
As
as
early as we can. Yes.
Yep.
Agreed.
All right.
Let me. So if you want to do anything, let me know what you're doing. I'll let you know as soon as something bad happens.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
boy.
Are we starting at nighttime or are we starting at when are we starting?
In order to receive this long rest, it has to be at least 6:30.
Okay, so we're starting at 6:30 a.m.
That's
In order
fine.
for you to be long rested, which I
Yes.
assume you want, it has to be
Yes.
that.
Okay, no, perfect. I was
I-
just wondering if you wanted us to do stuff through the night because Valentino asked us at night, so I was just confused as to the timing. No,
Just curious if you had a plan.
Actually, Charles, all the elves get to wake up at 4:30.
Does that cover half elves too? I haven't checked that.
no,
Not
it's
for
just
half
it's
elf,
just
yeah.
elf,
Okay.
Yeah,
it's just elf,
not
elf, regular elf.
They're morning people. Ugh.
Yeah,
They are. Well,
and they
they're
just
There
sit in
we
the
don't
corner
sleep
and
people.
don't
they're
blink.
short sleep people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't even sleep.
They just
They just go into a
meditate.
trance.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do their meditative trance.
So anyway, I just wanted to be technical, but the city that barely sleeps, it doesn't really sleep. That's where we are.
Up to you. Okay, I actually was gonna do something over the night. I was gonna switch one of my spells to... Sorry, I'm doing something. Switching to Animal Messenger, which I did not get to do last time, but I'm going to do that over the night if that's possible.
I assume Maggie's preparing different spells too.
Yes.
It's only Animal Messenger. I don't have the time to switch all of the others. Or is it because doesn't it take a certain amount of time per spell?
Not for you. Over long
Oh.
rest.
Oh yeah, I guess that is true. Give me a minute, let me
Cleric
make sure, but
paladins.
for some reason I thought I was in that group. But anyway, I'm definitely swapping a second level spell for Animal Messenger, and as soon as I wake up, I will be ritual casting it.
Okay. Is anyone else? Does anyone else want to try to do any other preparations?
I mean, I think we should probably discuss, and then I assume we would have talked to some people Especially if we thought if they were still gonna come in through the Enchanters Guild side, or if that changed.
Well, Tanya gave a brief chance to talk about that earlier, but that goes in the past now.
And she said, where did she say that she predicted them to come in?
He predicted they would try to attack these cultural symbols, the palace and the temple.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe
Right.
we talked
So she wanted to put the most defenders in those
Palace
areas.
and the temple, yeah. Okay.
Maybe we talked to Sister Shantae and see if she's had any more visions. I think she was the one who told us that she had the dream of them
I think you're right,
attacking
yeah.
by the Enchanters Guild, and especially since Mildred's been MIA and some things have changed.
Yeah, I think that might be a good
Try
idea.
checking in with her.
I'm down with that. I do want to send my little guy, I want to choose my animal, little bat, and I want to send it down to the LizardFolk.
Okay.
And I
Sure.
want to give them a message. The drow, it needs to be short. Drow won't, or I guess maybe I should. No, give me a minute to figure out what that message is. But continue with everything else.
Okay. So the party is gonna, as soon as they wake up, go straight across the city towards the Church of Australia, right?
I think that's the potential idea.
Yeah.
You need a generic townsfolk. Okay. Okay. So let's select you guys. Anyway, you go there. Valentino says, "Do you mind if I come with you?" And Nero says, "I'm a little nervous too. Do you mind if I come with you?"
You can come.
Okay.
We should have an extra golem with us, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Ra went to go find himself.
Oh, I am mistaken. Very good.
Okay. So you get over here to Shantae's place. And that's exactly when the bad things happen. There's a big kaboom!
Nice.
And there's a huge shattering sound. And there's another big kaboom, and Maggie's newly acquired palace is exploded.
Surprise,
Unfortunately.
surprise.
Fontiev's
Yeah.
pants have been darkened.
Glad we didn't sleep there.
Also, I kept saying I wasn't gonna take it, but okay.
Well, you're entitled to us. Okay. So let's see. So as you're about to go into the church, you see these big worms appear. They don't really appear to do anything except they just kind of burst through the walls, smash a bunch of buildings, and then they just kind of lie there with their mouths open. And then they start to kind of these monsters just started to just sort of gallop out of their mouths here.
Oh, well,
How reminiscent is this to the artwork we've seen of worms?
It looks the artwork of worms.
Yeah, I mean, like all the things in the Demogorgon's place and all that, all the ruins of places, worms and things coming out of the mouth, and like shelled creature and things like that.
These do not look like that. They look as though they might be related, but they don't look just quite like that.
Very good.
It doesn't seem like the beast of legend. In fact, as soon as the worms kind of unload, these so-called worms, shall we say, unload these beasts, they just kind of sit there kind of like slack. And it almost looks like it's not really a mouth, but kind of like a fleshy tube of some sort.
it's just like a soccer mom's minivan just dropping everybody off.
Kind of like that, yeah. And they unload like an almost uncountable number of these mangler guys, which begin to pour into the streets and terrorize the citizens. Anyway, what do you want? And Sister Sante says, "Holy shit! What are we gonna do?"
I
Fontiev
guess
says,
we gotta
run
go
for
back.
it.
He says one at a time, please. I couldn't hear because you guys both spoke at the same time.
I said, Fontiev says, we run in the opposite direction and don't look back.
What were you gonna say, Maggie?
I just said, guess we gotta go back. That was it. Wasn't really Maggie. It was Elena.
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay. So where did I put her? All right. So where do you want to go? Most of the you see Lady Sphere of the Dragon kind of turn to face this one, and it seems like it's kind of got most of her attention here. And I should add the other entourage.
I suppose we go for the other one.
So
We're
it seems
fighting
like
a
most of
Tarask at level 14. Are you kidding me? We're gonna die.
That's really
Not 1, 2.
Yeah, 2 level.
They're
Even
pretty-
at level 20, it's still terrifying.
I mean, you have a lot of friends who are helping, so that's all going to be taken care
Aren't
of.
they like CR30?
They are like
I'm not using the book one. The book one's too easy. We'll see how it goes.
like actual Tarasks, from what I understand, are basically like if you're at level 20, assume they're at level 40, and you're going to die.
Yeah, I don't use any monster in the book, basically. Okay, so yeah, so it looks like most of the town's forces are kind of trying to fight this one over here and all of its friends. So, but you could still help. So let me know what you're trying to do. When you get close to them, we can talk about like if you're gonna attack the legs or whatever.
So, I mean, okay. I guess what we're doing is we're approaching cautiously, though. I'm sorry, I don't think we understand. So the idea is that like we can sneak up on it, or we like we are. Is it now theater of the mind-ish? Is what you're saying? And like the idea is we
It's
try
like,
to.
it's too much happening at once to do initiative right now, but we can certainly we'll get to that point once you get a little bit closer. I just want to know if you need to like do some ambush plan or hide in a building or where are you going to position yourselves? Before
Oh,
they
like
get-
like which one are we going for? Sort of.
Yeah, or just like what's the plan? Like, are you going to try to get everyone there at the same time, or use a teleport or what have you?
Well, we don't have our teleport bomb was taken.
They can't cast it. It might be confused. Anyway.
It's a
Yeah,
lot
just
of
let me know if you're just going to go straight in a straight line over here, for example, or if you're going to try out these guys, or what have you.
Gotcha. I mean, what do you think? I think Fontiev takes a sniper position. Maggie, you stay back a good bit, and Marvis and Dromik, you lead up front close, and I'm the bridge between both. With my speed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Each block roughly represents a building which can be entered or destroyed.
If we're currently in Theater of the Mind and have a couple seconds, hold on.
You could even do like a 10-minute ritual now if you wanted to.
I do kind of want to do something. I am going to conjure elemental because it does take a minute to do
Okay.
at this time, and I'm gonna make a
That's
Earth
fine.
Boy. Yeah, just something.
And
you know.
I'm declaring it right before we get settled in. I would technically need the equivalent of 12 seconds to do all of this stuff. I am, and like it's right before we do this. I'm declaring that I like advance just so I don't forget. I will channel divinity, spiritual weapon or holy weapon, excuse me, and I will turn my armor on, and I will cast Spirit Shroud.
Nice.
Action, bonus action, bonus action.
Wow, nice. I'm just visualizing like an anime power-up sequence.
That's what paladins basically
I
are,
will-
though. Like,
So
Paladin's
we can
just the
see
Dragon Ball of D&D.
these things.
Because they're so big, you can easily see it. So this is kind of a zoomed out view, but it's also a little bit more flexible. Roughly 10-foot squares, we'll assume for now.
So we can see the terrace. I know we could see the worms because they're
The worms
big-ass
aren't really
things.
doing anything. They're just kind of sitting there with their mouth open, unloading a big crowd of these Nightmare guys.
But we see the Tarrasques.
Yes. And you can see that you can vaguely see there's like a couple figures sitting on top of them.
Oh, good. Good,
Yeah.
good.
So if you just want to say like we're gonna like plan something, or you're just gonna go over there and just fight, let me know. Or if you want to do anything else, let me know.
As
We're going to summon
Yllaxis
Goku.
and Dromik remember seeing what I flashed into them with our last heated conversation, you're most likely gonna see me running towards this shit. I'm not gonna wait
I
for a
agree.
plan.
I don't
Yeah.
think we're gonna plan. I think we're going for it. Which one are we going for though? Left or right?
Where are we? Are we
We're
here?
yeah, we're oh, I picked you up and put you down. I'm sorry. We're here.
Okay. The closest one would be this one. Plus, we
Would be
kind of
left.
have a dragon.
I do agree with that. I think left, take them out, then get to right when we can. You know, I know it's gonna not be. It's gonna be rough.
There's
But
only so much we can save. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. There's no way.
yeah. Yep.
Okay. So you're going this way, right? Are you just all gonna keep going in a little group here?
I probably charged ahead. Didn't wait for anybody to say anything. I don't know if they would have followed me close by, but
Yeah, I probably would have taken my minute and then gone for it.
Yeah, you
'Cause
basically just
I know
Leroy
both
on us.
Yllaxis and I needed a second to get stuff together, but then I would be in hot pursuit. So it'd probably be Marvis with myself and Earth Elemental behind, and then Yllaxis, and then Maggie and Fontiev. Yeah.
I would take a moment to cast Mage Armor, but other than that, unless Fontiev wants to give me a ride on the broom.
So I'm gonna call that one kind of macro turn, and this guy's gonna wreck the
I
university.
can show you the Tarrasque.
Oh, man.
Giant, terrifying danger.
out of game real quick.
Yeah.
How long does it take Maggie to cast the mind meld thing?
Telepathic bond.
Yes.
10 minutes because I didn't prepare it. I just have it as a ritual. Whoops.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I was
Mm.
thinking about doing it before the fight, but yeah, I should have done that first thing in the morning. Sorry.
No, it's alright. I'm just asking because
Yeah,
I feel like we might get split up.
that's fair.
Okay. So I'm not saying everything has been defeated, but during the time it took you to get organized, a couple more things got wrecked. Okay. ahead.
As we're running, I'm just gonna look over, like yell back to Yllaxis. Do you want me to go for pure front like tank, or would you like me to deal some damage as well? I can do more if I go fire elemental or water elemental, but I'm unsure if it's needed.
Radius of Fear is going to take 100 damage as you come over.
I would say, I mean, it sounds like tank.
You got it. Dual earth elementals. You got it. You got it. There's two of us now. When I get closer, but
Actually, instead of Spirit Shroud, I'm gonna cast Aura. I've decided instead of Spirit Shroud, it's gonna be Aura Vitality.
Okay. And just to be clear, did Maggie cast anything? I don't remember if I missed that.
I cast Mage Armor, which is only one action.
Got it. Okay. So a bunch of the town defenses have been defeated, and they've kind of retreated towards the temple here. You guys are coming through the market stalls area. Okay, so why don't you roll some initiative?
got it.
Fontiev's moved to a different playing plan. It's looking very nice now, isn't it?
Well, we're already here, so
Yep.
we're a little.
I mean,
little
if we
screwed.
ran, what would be the point of coming here in the first place?
Got a natural 20.
Nice.
Nice for you.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Good for you.
I got a 7.
I'm
Totally.
gonna put this onto the Discord. It's a lot easier to work with text on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Dromik
Right.
already Earthmic?
Yes. I am assuming at this point we're in battle as we hit initiative. Yeah, that would have been my my thing to do as we went. That's why I asked Yllaxis.
Yes, and we're in initiative now, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we'll decide a little bit more of a marching order as we're doing it, but I rolled a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you can organize yourselves a little bit more. Basically, you're gonna be.
I got 12.
You're gonna be in the market stalls area.
You saw the animal messenger that I sent, correct, in
I
Discord?
saw. You were saying that to the lizards, right?
Correct.
So you're not giving them any requests or commands. You're just warning.
I
right?
only have a sentence. I want to give them as much information as possible
Okay.
and let them do what they will. I would prefer if they came here, but I don't know if they will.
Okay, and then put. Okay, so I have Dromik, Marvis, Yllaxis, Magdala. Who am I missing? Missing Fontiev. What was Fontiev?
That was about 15.
Okay, 15. Wow, that's so low.
Yeah, bad night.
Let me make a note that I have the ghoulish staff out as Earthmic.
Okay. So it looks like both Chanterelle and Tanya are riding on Lady Sphere, and they both look rather winded, having taken some damage. This thing has huge claws, and they just fly really fast, and they slice things and make them explode. Okay, and you can see that this direct does seem to be regenerating itself of any wounds it takes quite rapidly.
Quick question, are we going to be getting a more scaled battle map, or is this our map? Where should we be currently?
You should place yourself either in one of the larger buildings here, these 3, or among the market. The fire just represents destroyed buildings, so it's not immediately dangerous unless you're right in it.
What seems to be recovering, Charles? I'm sorry.
This Taras seems to be regenerating the wounds that it takes at a quite rapid rate.
Okay.
Okay.
Currently, I'd like to be underground, doing the thing, but it's okay if not. I can also do that on my turn. It's
Us being this close, we can actually see what is on the back of the dress now, right?
Yes. You can see 2 of these seer guys at 1 planetary. So, it seems like the Manglers are generally attacking townspeople and also just kind of fanning out to attack anyone in the streets. In fact, I should have a couple of these guys here. A bunch of them got defeated by the defenders here, but not all of them did. So it kind of seems like these guys here are like attacking people on the ground, and then the guys on top of the truss are focusing more on the defenders. Okay.
And Matt is missing a party.
Yeah, he's missing a party.
Well, if you hope really hard, maybe he'll join us very soon.
If you clap your hands, it makes him.
Please.
No, I'm saying that he may or may not be currently in the shower and coming very shortly.
Ooh.
So
If you
dream hard,
mic check.
yes.
Yeah.
If everyone has a hope and a prayer, Kiff will be here momentarily.
Our savior.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, Fontiev, are you offering your broom or no? We need to know I'm a squishy wizard.
Sharing,
Well,
I
are
guess
you going
is a better
Are
word.
you going to stick with me because I'm staying far back because that's my job?
I need to be at least 120 feet for certain spells and potentially closer for others, but I would prefer to not be on the ground because, yeah.
The ground seems like a little more of a dangerous place to be. That is clear
And
to
again,
anyone looking at
squishy
this.
wizard.
Again, that's entirely up to you. My plan is to stay backwards, and because my range is like bigger than most of the city.
I would suggest bringing Maggie close on a roof, and then you Fontiev
Right.
could move
Yeah.
Then you can
back.
move
Why
back.
don't you drop me off on the
Uber
like-
service here.
You could be on
This
top of the
group
build
right
Air
now.
something.
Fontie,
That's
here,
super
here to
place.
assist. That'll be $25.95.
Why don't we do? I don't want to be like straight in front of them. Maybe like here. Oh, you can't say this one here right now.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Maggie. So, okay.
Maggie gets special forces dropped off the roof.
So, okay, so let's say Maggie gets. If Maggie wants to hide, that will probably I'll charge you more action for that. But
I mean, I only did one, and I know some people did at least 2 actions. So
the most obvious thing that's happening is the most powerful enemies are trying to focus on this dragon here. That's what's obvious.
makes sense. That's why I'm on the opposite side.
Okay. All right. So the first thing the Trash does is it just starts attempting to cut Sphere into a million pieces, and it's just gonna just slice with these gigantic claws again and again and again, trying to attack her. And it does a bunch of damage, and she takes a lot. She's gonna take another. Let's call it 2. She roars in pain. She's bleeding. She's not happy about this. And General Tanya and Priestess just scream in terror. And they're saying, "Where's Maggie and friends? Where's Maggie's mercenaries?"
Where's Kung Fu Carl?
And you see, try to bonus action Earthbind the spirit, which she does not. She resists. Okay, Dromik.
It's me.
You see a bunch of these magnets kind of running around, chasing down screaming townspeople, and they're not totally focused on you, but they're put at -1 initiative. So if you're just there, they'll probably find you eventually.
Yeah. I'm not worried about them. I'm gonna go right in. We have to go for the big thing. So I'm gonna have my little boys do a little burrow and then a boink,
Oh, I forgot to it's going to regenerate.
doing the same thing. We're just
Okay, so are you going to try to attack? So basically, you can attack like its legs to try to slow it down,
yes, that's exactly what. we're
or
trying to do.
its how do I So if you attack its legs, it'll slow it down. If you attack its head, it'll reduce its saving throws. And if you attack its arms, it might reduce its accuracy.
I don't know if I can even reach its head from where I'm at.
Don't worry, I got its head.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go for legs to try to at least start slowing it down. Give it a easier, and myself and the elemental will go for it. Do you want me to just roll for both so that we
You
can?
start rolling. That'll be a lot of rolling, and then we'll talk about what like Fontiev is doing for you.
Wonderful.
Oh, thank
give me a
God.
moment.
Oh my god, that's loud. Ooh. Hello.
Hello.
I'm home. I'm here.
Yay!
Just in time.
Congratulations on your job.
Kiff,
Thanks.
Jesus, Kiff,
Yeah.
save us all.
Yeah. Things happen. I won't discuss that in public. We got caught early, so I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
So each
Is it good,
each
bad,
elemental.
or-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is it good or is it bad?
I'm not gonna talk about it though.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't involve me, so
Okay.
that's good enough for me.
Let's continue this mayhem thing.
Okay, so each of my elementals has 2 attacks. The first one is 1 hit, 1 miss. I think.
So the AC here
Yeah.
is 25. The AC is 25.
Oh, I might have just missed. Hold on, let me add things.
Oh God.
While she adds, should I roll initiative?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just
Okay.
kidding. 2 misses. 15 doesn't hit.
Okay.
And then for the other one is also 2 misses. No one hits. I stand there menacingly,
That is.
but I really couldn't get any closer. So
23 for Kiff on initiative.
Okay, wow, so Kiff can just go right ahead.
yeah, you should have actually gone before me. So go for it.
Oh, okay. When
Do
does
you want
that?
Kiff to like position himself somewhere as well?
That might be handy. I don't know where we are.
So
But-
some of the buildings in the bazaar have been wrecked here, but you could be on top of one or in one, or you could be hiding in the market stall.
Kiff is a kind of person. Probably, he would have climbed up a building. He has obscene decks. So he'll be up yonder. And so there's the terrace there.
This Tarntart, upon seeing like the earth mix, he's gonna say, "I can sense it's Maggie's marauders. Attack them! Forget this silly dragon." Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So those star spawns are bad news. They wrecked my tiny lizard ass before.
Yes, they don't have a ton of hit points, but they are good with staff.
I might try to take care of them so they don't do that one attack that they do. Yeah, so I will target this star spawn here.
Okay.
I'm pinging it. I don't know if you can see it.
They both have taken some damage from the defenses, so go ahead.
Okay. Just pull up. I have my character sheet, but I just need my notes. So let me know how many of each thing I still have. Which, oh yeah, we had a short rest not that long ago. So
Get a
We
long
just finished a long
rest,
rest.
actually.
We just finished a long rest.
Oh, even better.
This
Okay.
is the next day. Yeah.
Copy that. So that brings me in a much more advantageous position than I originally had in my notes. That's great. Yeah, star spawn. I will shoot to attack him. Do we have any? We don't have anybody here.
He has AC of 17.
I am technically near it, but do what
You
you
are.
need to do. Yeah, do you not
because-
see the two Earth Elementals chilling out?
No, I actually,
Right by
yeah, I
his
don't.
feet.
Sorry.
You are in the wrong
Yeah, sorry. I'm still trying to make sense of all this. All right, give me a minute here.
Matt got
Alright.
confused.
I-
There
I
are two
just came
Tarrasques.
in-
It's okay.
And yeah,
You're totally okay. I'm the other
yeah.
Tarrasque.
That'll give me pack tactics. So I'll go ahead and sharpshooter for a shot.
Okay.
Just so you know that it's a 25 AC with the Tarrasque, I think.
I'm not hitting the trash
Oh, okay.
yet. 17 plus 12 minus 5. 29 minus 5 is a 24 to hit.
That actually misses.
No, it does.
Oh, sorry.
Star
No, no,
spawn?
these guys, yeah, totally.
Yeah, the
They have
star
AC
spawn.
17. Right now, these.
Yeah, we'll make that a bursting arrow.
Okay.
Sorry, I have Tony Bennett songs stuck in my head.
I'm getting things like that as like a hazard.
Oh, you think you have no idea.
Try doing children's songs all day.
Oh, well, yeah, I get that too from you.
Yeah, you do get that from me. Anyway, keep rolling. Fight the Tarrasque.
Fight the nightmare.
Sorry, plus 2, plus...
Not
So
gonna
now I
lie, I
gotta-
kind of wish we had Mercy with us now.
That's not good. Where are all of my d8s, or any d8s? Here's some die. No, I'll take that. Okay, sorry, just trying to get all these die in order here. Okay. That's a total of, let's see here. Oh wait, this one's cocked. Do you mind if I reroll that? It's
You
literally,
can take the 6 on that one. That's like
Okay.
mostly a 6.
I appreciate that. So, yeah. Well, it was 6. Thank you. This is 20 on original target star spawn, which
Yep.
is this one.
Yep.
And that would be 9, 10, 11, 13 on... Oh wait, I'm sorry, I forgot to add my sharpshooter. It would be 30 on original star spawn.
Okay.
And,
It's really damage.
yeah, and 11 on secondary.
Okay, which includes the Jurassic Book. That's like basically what they're standing there. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, if the Jurassic gets hit by it too. Sure. We'll go for second attack, same target.
Okay, and Fontiev, if you're just going to shoot at them as well, you can probably start rolling that
Okay.
as well. Because a lot of this is going to be rolling. This is kind of how D&D goes when
Yeah.
you get anything.
How much-
25 hits star spawn, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, that one will just be. We'll not do the bursting on that one. No. Why is that D6 in there? Sorry.
Where is Fontiev?
That's another 20 on this star spawn,
Okay.
and we'll go for a third attack. Let's see, 21 hit.
Yes.
All right, we'll make that one also a bursting arrow. So 29 damage on original star spawn.
Ouch.
And-
Yeah, he's dead.
11 on secondary star spawn.
He says "blarg" as he just falls off and hits the ground with a big splat. You said another 11 to the other guy?
Correct.
Okay, empty the trash. Back up to 72 taken. Is Fontiev gonna, or sorry, not Fontiev, is Kiff gonna do the other bonus actions or moves or anything? They're gonna be prone.
HP wise, how is everyone looking?
Well, we had a long rest.
Full.
We're
Nope.
all fine.
Everyone's
We haven't engaged with it yet, so
Copy.
Yeah.
The top of the top of the top of the top of the round.
Cool.
For the record, what was the AC for the Star Spawns?
17.
Okay, so I just barely hit both of them. Hit that twice.
Okay, so you hit, one of them got killed by Kiff.
Oh, okay.
So, that's good.
Aiming at the other guy.
Okay, great.
Kiff will duck back behind this crate.
The crate
Okay.
just represents stuff that's on the top of the building that you could probably be behind if you want
That's
to.
fine. I'm a small kobold. I know how to hide.
Yeah. So this plantar is saying, he's saying, Maggie's Marauders, they're here. To target them, forget these stupid elves. Go ahead. So Fontiev, you are shooting at the other stars now, right? Okay.
And then I just twice. That was so 26 damage on that first one.
Yep.
21 plus another 15 is 36 damage
On
on
the
that
second.
second.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
on the
kill the other guy. He says, "Yar!" and he falls to the ground with a ginormous splat.
I killed the pirate.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that takes care of that, and Fontiev immediately goes back into hiding.
Okay, but unfortunately, this plantar is very pissed off right now. And how far can he go though? Because I'm saying these are 10 feet, right? So okay, who can he even see? Can he see Maggie? He can reach Maggie.
okay. I
Okay.
think you said I had enough time to hide on the roof.
Yeah, sure. No, I because I wanted to
Because
give you guys a chance to position yourself.
Yeah, but remember I said I
only.
only specified one action. You're like, you'll need to take an additional action. I was like, okay, someone else took 2 actions, so then with my other action, I can hide.
Yeah, and I have the benefits of vanish, so I basically am just gone from existence right now.
As a bonus action, yeah. So anyway, he saw himself being shot at by Kiff and Fontiev, who then went to hit him. So the closest one, which he can reach, is Kiff. So he's gonna swoop towards Kiff.
Kiff invisible, just out of curiosity.
So sorry, what was that?
Is Kiff invisible, just out of curiosity?
I'm pretty sure he would have taken true sight if I had a guess.
It's a
Yeah.
plantar, probably does. So.
Yes.
I would think so, but I just figured I'd ask for
you-
us
So he's
to
gonna
know.
say to Kiff.
Other enemy.
He's gonna say to Kiff. He says, "Tell me where Maggie is, and I'll spare your pathetic little miniature life."
Kiff will say, "Tell me where your poop is." That's right, your butt. Cutting words whenever it decides to do something.
I would have
man.
gone with the present him with an illogical argument that he's actually being the bad guy and have him
Nope.
lose his brothers again.
It's Kiff time now.
Okay, he's enraged and he's gonna start hacking at Kiff with his radiant sword. And that is not a great roll. The lowest is a 17 to hit.
Stand by. Ties go to who again? I always forget.
I
Attacker.
just go to the person who rolled.
Oh, okay.
D20.
Yeah. So that's sadly. Hold on a second.
Keep cutting words.
Oh, yeah, cutting words then. So, Bardic Inspiration
Good
die.
reminder, Bard.
I need a
I miss
D6. That's -6.
Okay, so he
Oh.
missed one of them because you made fun of him. He just swung his sword into the crate, making it explode in a ball of fires. And he is so beside. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna cut off your pathetic head." And he's gonna attack you again for 43 physical and radiant damage.
Alright,
How roughened up does Kiff look there?
pretty nasty cut, but manageable. Nothing Kev hasn't
Okay.
dealt with before.
It's Marvis' turn.
Okay, I am
You see
going
townspeople
to.
running, screaming around you, running for the west.
I'm going to jump on top of this Jurassic and do a jump attack.
Okay. Okay, so you figured that it probably can't directly attack you with the claws while you're on top of its head.
Yep. I'm gonna go reckless. Screw it. That is. Fuck, that's 23? 19.
Too hard.
No,
You get
19.
another
Wait,
bony
19 plus
slice.
12.
Wait, what?
19 plus
19 plus 12.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
30
that's yeah.
something.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not very good at math.
That's okay. But Barbarian's not even good.
I also went into a frenzied rage. Just. That's going to be.
You hear Lug saying, "Just say the word, friend, and I shall manifest."
Not yet.
Go, Pokemon!
I need a D12. Anybody have a D12?
Stand
Check
by.
on my table. I always have them in my little case.
I have
Chests.
never once used a D12 in the entirety of the time I played D&D. I have found a D12 for you.
You play
Where?
some squishy
Right
ass
here.
characters.
Red? There.
This might be 12.
While you're rolling, welcome in Raiders. Hi, thank you so much for the raid, Clean Bio Poison. We're playing some D&D and we're in a big boy fight, so yeah, buckle up, everyone. There's a Tarask on the playing board.
There's 2 Tarasks on the playing board, plus 2 Planetars and 2 Bloodworms, so bad
Say
times.
18 damage,
Okay.
and it has to make a DC 17. I mean DC 15 strength. If not, it's knocked down prone.
I'm gonna check if it can even be crowned. But
You
no,
never know.
I
All
think
right. You could potentially be knocked out bounce. You could potentially prone it. It is not prone now.
Okay.
So it
two
is
more
prone?
attack.
It
No,
goes,
it's not.
and it doesn't shake you up, doesn't need an action to do that, but it's not happy that it got hit in the face.
2 more attacks.
After Marvis is Yllaxis, so Yllaxis can plan.
Oh no, wait, that was a crit. Fuck, I have a 19 as a crit. Fuck.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you have 19 crits.
Oh
Barbarian, baby.
That was because he ate the souls.
Yeah.
Definitely not because of Hyatt. God knows what else he has under his belt there.
Blood
That
says,
was-
"I hunger for release. I have much to do."
Let's just. What was that damage? That was 18, so doubled would be 36.
Okay, 36 2 head.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Second
Like-
attack
Okay, so
is another 18. That's another crit. 2d6.
nice. What is Yllaxis playing?
Could you remind me what body part lowers what? You said head is saving throws. What else?
The arms is accuracy, legs is speed.
Gotcha. So, what I'm going to do is Altair is going to take disengage action, and mirthfully we will fly 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, about 40 feet, and we're just above Elmec.
Okay.
Floating. I'm just going to put behind because I'm going to run back afterwards.
Yep.
And I am going to take an attack at the Tarrasque's head with
Okay.
my super shiny glowy weapon.
Okay, and Marvis, what was your damage numbers?
Wait, I'm doing math.
Okay.
21 on
The
that
first-
second hit.
Okay.
Then... Oh, I gotta do a second hit. I mean a third hit. Third hit is 19. That doesn't hit.
Okay.
That's all 3 hits. That's all.
The first one was a miss. The second one is a hit with a 31.
And you're attacking the face, right?
Correct. Damage roll is 26. I'm gonna throw a smite in there too, actually. So 3 of these boys. So 26 plus.
So many dice.
That's going to be 38 points of damage.
Yeah.
That was a second level smite. And because I have Spirit Shroud and I hit him with it, his movement is lowered by 10 feet until the start of my next turn, and he cannot recover any hit points until the start of my next turn.
Wow, that's good.
It's a great spell. It's like the Paladin's Hex, basically. And I was taking the disengage action with Altair, so unaccosted, I will move back the approximately to where I was before.
Okay, so since its head is severely damaged, or sorry, almost severely damaged, it's bloody, but it still shakes it off. It still shakes it off. The plantar who's busy trying to whack at little Kiff says, "Stop that paladin! Stop her now! Kill her, you beast!" And Yllaxis is moving away, correct?
Correct. And I mean, you know, they're manglers. They can jump a little bit. I am probably about 10 feet in the air, realistically, but you know, that's not really going to change anything for those folks. Yep.
Okay. So, alright, Terra's turn again. He can't regenerate because of the Spirit Shroud. So, as ordered, he's going to chase after Yllaxis, which means Elmec should make a dex save to avoid being stepped on.
Is
Elmec and Earth Elemental, or are we gonna get an attack? Do we...
Well, it's very large, so start by trying to avoid being
What
stepped on.
size?
It's gargantuan.
Okay, so it's 2 sizes larger than me. It's not that much
It's
larger.
maximum size.
Yeah, which is
Curry.
2 sizes larger than large. 'Cause
Also-
there's... Oh no, 3 sizes larger. Large, huge, gargantuan, right?
I mean, it's kind of like a catch-all category, but
Yeah. Anyway,
Where's Rita Repulsa with her staff that can make you grow?
I can still...
okay, so why don't you do that? And also, Marvis, since it's moving, make a dexterity save to avoid falling off.
Are you saying one of the Earth Elementals or 2? Because I am technically on the right-hand side, and the Earth Elemental is on the left. I don't know which
It's
one.
kind of chased Yllaxis, so you're both in
Okay.
danger of being split up.
Okay.
30,
to-
20.
Totally fine. I just didn't know if you
It's
wanted
fine.
one or both.
remember, its movement is reduced by 10 feet as well.
Yeah, it's quite fast, but it is reduced.
Yeah,
Very
no,
good.
I failed both of them.
Okay. So I'm going to give each of you, let's call it 25 damage, but you resist that, right? So-
What kind of damage is it?
Bullet?
Yeah, I resist, like, everything.
So take it down. Just
Forgot about
take each take 12.
Okay, cool.
And whoops.
Oh god, I can't. Oh boy. Can't.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So the good news is one of the magnets also gets squished like a bug. In fact. The bad news is the Yllaxis is now in range.
Oh no.
And it's gonna go ham on Yllaxis. But Yllaxis is pretty good AC, right?
21.
It's gonna start a flurry of ferocious blows with the giant claws, aiming. Let's call them all aimed at Yllaxis instead of Altair. But I have a natural 1 here. Whoa, shit.
Nice. I can't reach the
Excellent.
other Earth Elemental. It's at 114
There's a
health. I'll
nat
change it when I
1,
can.
a 16, an 8, a 7, and a 7.
But yeah. Yeah. I rolled it and then I bumped it, but whatever.
Yeah, it was a nat 1, an 8, a 7, a 7, and a 16.
Right. Okay. So what's your AC, Yllaxis?
21.
Okay. It's gonna hit you 4 times.
Okay, so I need that D12.
Do you want to do any reactions, or are you just gonna give it the shock each time?
I mean, I don't really have a reaction response to that, so he's gonna get a D12 lightning damage each time.
Nice. That's
Right there.
4 D12s then.
Yes, it is. D12 plus K.
There's one right in front of Yllaxis and Altair. Just so you know, a D12 for you.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind for the future.
Yep, I didn't know if you saw it or not.
And that's gonna be plus 3, 6, 9, 12, 44 points of lightning damage.
Ow! Yeah. Okay, 44. I can write that down. Okay, so it's going to have taken 164 total, and I couldn't regenerate because until your next turn, right?
Until the start of my next turn,
Wow,
correct.
that's
I do definitely have to make concentration checks, but I need to know the damage.
It's 4 hits of 28 damage, which is a total of 114 to Yllaxis.
Copy, 114 total.
Wow.
28 damage each time, so it's 4 concentration checks of 14 or, well, 28, yeah, so 14 or better each time. So I'm going to take these. I'm sorry, Maggie.
By the way, I did also
Are you taking
pass.
the dice?
I did also pass my concentration check, just so you know.
Excellent.
I did that.
And that one will definitely fail me, so it dropped.
Okay, but Yllaxis did not drop. She heroically
Yeah.
defended herself.
Technically for me, that's 108 damage. I'm looking rough, but I'm.
Okay, it's Magdala's turn.
Okay. Is Kiff the... Oh no, okay. Sorry, for a second it looked like you were lying down. So, first off, I'm just gonna peek around the corner. Is this Tarrasque? Does it look like it's within 60 feet of me?
Within 60 feet of you. Yeah, sure. The corner of it is, so sure. If you would take like 1 step forward, yeah.
I don't know if I should go after the Planetar or the Tarrasque.
The Planetar did command the Tarrasque, just so you
The
know.
Planetar
Alright.
is enraged at
Just
Kiff
so
now.
you know. Yeah.
Okay, alright. So, I'm going to take my wand of charm, fear, immunity, breaking, just in case I need it. And I'm going to cast... It's not a verbal spell, so I would like to try to stealthily cast it while not being seen by this Planetar, because again, it's not a verbal spell, it's only somatic. And I don't want it to see me. So, I'm gonna take
So
the wand.
what spell is it?
I am casting Mental Prison. Do you want me to roll a sleight of hand check to see if I can do this without being seen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And again, I'm using the wand of charm.
Warning here, it says the target succeeds automatically if it's immune to being charmed.
So, as I
But-
just said, I'm using the wand of charm,
Oh shit,
fear,
you're
immunity,
right.
breaking.
Okay, wow,
Yes.
excellent.
Yep. Okay, so 19 on sleight of hand.
Yep, nobody notices you.
Okay, great. So, the target needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, it will
DC
do that.
19.
And it does have magic resistance. Does it?
I mean, either way, if it had immunity, it would be changed to resistance, so I would assume it rolls an advantage.
But it doesn't have a great save. It rolls a 9. Well, it was an 18 to save.
That fails.
All right.
That fails! The DC's 19! Yes! Okay.
Nice.
So, giant serpent rises from the ground and completely wraps around this planetar, cutting off all vision. It can't see or hear anything beyond it. It is restrained for the spell's duration, and it takes 5d10 psychic damage right now. So I'm gonna roll that.
Okay, feel free, you guys, to make an appropriate effect on the table for that.
Oh man, I'm so glad that actually worked.
You're like,
Yeah,
sweet
that
baby
might have saved
Jesus.
our ass for a little while.
For the moment.
4, hold on, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait, it is 5d10, right? Let me just double check. On a failed save, it takes 5d10. Okay, and it's surrounded. Yeah, hold on. So that is the 35 psychic damage.
Okay.
Okay, and it's restrained. It can't see past it cannot see or hear past the giant blue serpent that is completely wrapped around its body.
Yeah, we need, I think, who's like the serpent master here?
Did you say serpent?
Character-wise, or
Because
Yeah.
probably me, but...
Yeah, you put like some sort of appropriate effect over there.
Actually, you know who... Do you have any effects, Matt?
I got something.
Anyone have an effect back? Oh,
I
do you have
sadly
the
do
ring?
not.
I don't know what... I love this sad little drum. It's actually on the Tarrasque.
Is
it's on
Maggie
the
gonna go
terrace.
hide behind the box again?
Because I am currently streaming, I don't want to
Oh, yeah.
pull away from the action. So if someone else could possibly look for an effect, maybe Matt.
It's on
Yeah.
the terrace, right? Or the planetar.
it's on the planetar.
Oh no, it's on the
Ah.
planetar. Oh,
It's on the
I
planetar,
messed up.
yeah.
I messed up.
You said that the planetar was commanding it, so I was like,
Oh yeah, you
it's
went
going
after
to be the
planet.
planetar.
Perfect.
Which is good, because I think the Tarrasque may have succeeded if I had gone for the Tarrasque with those
I
rolls.
think
so.
you're probably
Whew.
right.
Whew. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna stay behind this here crate to try to not be seen by a Tarrasque. And, yeah, hopefully also that planetar can't see me, because it's supposed to not be able to see through it.
So anyway,
Yeah.
is Trash third turn is going to regenerate 50 hit points, taking it back to 114.
Wait, no, Tarrasque
It
can't
can't.
regenerate.
It's
But
still
wasn't that
can't-
based on concentration for your license?
correct, but
Oh.
the effect is at the start of my next turn.
Next turn.
Oh, that's not concentration.
No, the effect
It is
the effect.
concentration, but the effect
so.
says until the start of my next turn. So the language is here. I'll just copy paste it for you and put it in, but this is it. Where are we? Here we go. In general, please.
I'm sorry, there was so much going on. I
It-
didn't realize
it's from
you broke
taking the
on.
damage. It's not from the spell. Right.
Well, if you here until the spell. Until the spell ends, any attack I make gets an extra 1d8 damage when you hit a creature within 10 feet of you. This damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. I've been choosing radiant. Any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn. In addition, any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn.
I'll
within 10 feet
I'll
of you-
say it can't regen until that because it sounds like it's based on the damage.
Yeah, I'm
spread.
not sure if it's based on the
Yeah.
damage of the spell itself, yeah.
I'm
Yeah, it's a
happy
little weird.
to give you the benefit of that. Okay,
Well,
so
thank you.
so anyway, it's not gonna regenerate, but it's still mad at Yllaxis. It's right there. Oops, whoops. And it hasn't been commanded otherwise because its commander is very confused right now. And it's going to try to attack Yllaxis. Let's go one at a time here. That's a 29 to hit Yllaxis
That'll hit.
for another 28 damage.
And he will take 5. Wait.
5, okay. Okay. That's a 23 to hit Yllaxis
That'll hit.
for another 28 damage.
I'm down.
Okay, Yllaxis slumps upon halting.
Hold on one
How do you
sec.
get a 23 from a 4 and then 28 for me.
Because it has a 19.
It must have like a
tech.
plus 19. Yeah.
Yep.
Super high.
So,
Yeah, there's a reason why I did not want to go anywhere near the Tarrasque.
Well, okay.
so it's
Great,
still
but you're not a big
that was a
player.
hit, and that is 9, 10, 11, 12, and then for the other 2 hits, that is 8, 9, 10, 11, and 4. So 12, 11, and 4 is 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 points of lightning damage.
Yeah.
I gave you 5 before. I don't know if you added that, so that's 32, and I'm dead.
Well, you're not dead. You're just unconscious right now.
No,
Did he
you-
do 2 more strikes
no, you
after
just-
those 2?
Yeah.
He's dead.
Well, I haven't got there yet. I'm still just trying to track the damage. Just adding. Okay, so let's take 197 total taken. Okay, so then it's going to use next attack to chomp Yllaxis into its mouth. At which point Yllaxis is in there.
Yeah,
In
he's
the
dead.
mouth.
Is dead.
Yeah, I was like, is dead.
It's going to put Yllaxis in its mouth, which I will cancel. And then it's going to start attacking Altair with 1 remaining attack to give Altair 28 damage.
Actually, don't know how much he has.
He's got at
Actually,
least
he
4
has-
years.
Okay, now he's got some beef to him, yeah.
Be a little chunk.
Yeah, he a little chunk.
I'm clearly having trouble.
Let's
Okay,
just
anyway,
use power
Yllaxis
of
is being
imagination.
Yllaxis is being chewed upon. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Okay. Sears are all dead. Defense forces.
Can
Okay.
since I am dead, can I just have my last moments of vision as this thing descends upon me? Dead.
In fact, Altair is still alive.
Yllaxis is permadead.
I don't think she's dead yet. I mean,
I think the
Not
demon
yet.
is cutting you a break. Go with it.
Okay.
as far as I know, you only have 2 FDSTs from being chomped.
Don't you also take like damage from being inside the Tarrasque though?
I do.
Yeah, because he's just chomped. He's not being eaten yet. Or she's not being eaten yet. Excuse me. Okay. Anyway, Altair's still there. There's still hope. There's still a chance. Okay, so now it's time for all the defense forces to do stuff. So, you hear the other Plantars saying, surrender to the order of the Emperor, your town will be destroyed. And Tanya and everybody else is saying, never, we will never surrender. And, these forces are going to move ahead. Tanya says, do you guys need some help over there?
Yes! Yes!
Okay, with the ground forces or with the big guy?
I think we should focus fire on the big guy.
I'm agreeing
Okay.
with all of this, yes.
Okay, so there she says, all right, she says, Spirit, take us in. So she's gonna move over here. I'm gonna try not to knock everything over, but we'll see how this goes. Okay. Whoa. That didn't work. This TTS is so precarious. Anyway,
Well, that's because you're sitting on top of another cube. That's what's
Right.
kind of creating a nightmare there.
okay, so they're all gonna target the Trash face, and they're gonna give it 60 damage. So they're gonna hit it in the face. Its face is now bloodied, which means it has just +5 to saving throws. And it drops Yllaxis' unconscious body to the ground.
And then she dies. With a 3rd failed death saving throw because he's size gargantuan. Right? Would that
Maybe
not
Altair can catch.
Yeah,
Yllaxis,
I don't know,
you
like,
know?
is this a
Altair
roll
can
or...
gently catch Yllaxis' body as he's swooped back, right?
I mean, he would definitely try to.
Okay, why don't you roll as a skill for him, whatever skill that would be.
It's definitely something, probably acrobatics, and for him.
Yeah, it'd be acrobatics or athletics, I feel like.
Or athletics, that's true. I'm a little better at Let's do that. That's like, oh, well, it's cocked, but it says natural 20. You tell me.
That looks
I'm
like
okay
he's
with re-rolling it.
No, that looks like he's succeeded.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, so Yllaxis is gently, well, still in danger, but we'll see what happens. The ground forces also move forward, and they're gonna try to clean up some of these guys. Oops.
That Drider's huge.
It represents more than one.
Okay. I was like, holy crap.
And it's mostly
Riders
just,
all
like,
came
bigger
together
than
to
me.
create one giant Drider.
Right, I was like, what the
One
heck?
monster Drider to fight.
The biggest
Sorry.
Drider, one Drider to rule them all. Anyway,
And in the darkness, bind them with its web. I don't know.
yes.
Okay. So anyway, these guys are gonna do some dashing. This guy's gonna dash up to here. This guy is going to dash. Where is everybody? This guy's gonna dash up the stairs.
I'm underneath the Tarask.
Are they? Okay, never
You've
mind.
been stepped on, but you're not like being.
No,
crushed.
I can meld into the ground, so I probably just did that.
Okay, that was not intentional.
No, yeah, just keep everything where it is. We'll
So-
figure out.
I have a
yeah.
question. How tall are these buildings? Are they not that tall if they can just dash up?
Like, to actually make a 3D model of every building would take way more time than I have
Uh-huh.
in my free time. So
But are you saying that the buildings are like 1 story tall?
they're huge. They're like 2 to 3 generally. They're 2 to 3 generally. Okay. And let's see. Saphira says, "I'm not going to use Thunder Breath if any of you guys are in the way, unless you authorize it."
I have a quick question about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I am literally under the ground. How does that work when it comes to damages?
Probably case by case.
Okay.
I would think that like
I
her
figured
Thunder
it
Breath
was a
would probably
special
still hit you, but
Okay.
yeah.
I figured it was kind of, well, I would probably, I don't know if I've had the moment to do so, but like, yeah, I just wasn't sure. So it
Yeah, like for
when it
example,
happens,
I would say lightning travels through water, fire is decreased by water, like good stuff like that. Mostly when
fair
you...
enough, fair enough. Okay. Big Pokemon, you got it.
Okay, it's Kiff's turn.
He's coming.
So let's review. So he thinks he's been wrapped around by a serpent, right?
Planetar, yes, cannot see or hear through the gigantic serpent that has completely enveloped its body. It is restrained. And again, it cannot hear or see through the thing.
Okay. Well, he's probably going to try to attack the serpent, but up to a minute. That's a good spell.
Also, if you make a melee attack through it, or any part of, if you reach any part of its body through the illusion, you take 10d10 psychic damage.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna reset. Is it?
Well, is Kiff going first?
Kiff is gonna go, yeah. But I'm gonna read this. Since binder.
Okay. So Kiff's got some decent speed. And he's at the bug wing bag.
The Planetar's restrained.
Should I go for the Planetar, or should I try to do something
I
like
would,
save Yllaxis?
I am. Yeah. Can you healing word her to, at least for her to be alive?
I do not have it.
You're a bard. You don't have healing word? Why?
We went over what spells. Wait a minute. Maybe
No,
Hold
I'm
on.
pretty sure you very specific. I'm pretty
And it's
sure
a
I
bonus
said, like,
action, so you
yeah,
can
it's
do
a bonus
attacks
action.
and
That's
then...
what I was
Yes.
thinking.
Stand
Just to
by,
like get
'cause-
her alive because they're definitely.
Yeah, because I think I put it in Aurora, but it might.
But it
not
never
been on the
uploaded?
PDF. Yeah, stand by.
I think you're level 14.
Standing by.
Yeah, because I thought you would have taken that. Because if I had anything to do with it, I would have been like, yeah, healing word is very important. It's a good spell to have for this exact reason. If I had healing word, I would have it. But I don't, so I don't.
Okay.
Well, while that's happening, Kiff is going to first. I can't select him because there's too much crap.
There's so much going on. Here, just move.
There, I can get him now. Kiff will first.
You see this guy screaming and flailing and talking about a magic serpent.
Yeah.
Put it
Kiff is going to open up little Timmy and leave little Timmy right at the Plantar's feet as a nice little treat for later.
Okay. I assume you probably can't see that because of the magic serpent.
Yep. Cannot see or hear anything beyond the illusion.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why that happened. My PDF, I do have healing word. I guess I didn't regenerate the PDF after I put it in.
Yeah, you have to hit that generate. 60 feet. Yeah,
So that-
it's not a ton, but it's
It's fine. We'll catch
It's
up.
like a someone's about to die, save them from immediate death kind
If
of
you go
spell.
stand next to the zealot, you can convert her.
Well, what I was going to do is 5. This is rough. 10.
You're not going to take
15,
opportunity attack because he can't see you because of the illusion.
20, and then Cliff is going to use the bug wing bag, jump off the building. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and as he rounds the corner, bonus action healing word Yllaxis.
Thank you. Do you want me to roll it, or do you want to?
I would like you to roll it, please. I don't like that having
Okay,
that
and what's your-
responsibility.
You don't like healing people.
What's
Yeah,
your
I know.
charisma?
Yeah.
What's your charisma?
My charis is it's a +1. It's not great.
Okay. No, it's better than
It's
nothing.
better than dead. Yes.
It is much better than dead.
Yep.
Okay.
It's literally the keep you from immediate death spell.
Okay, are you done?
Did
I'll charge you 1 attack for the Timmy thing.
That's fine by me. That would probably, I mean, because I have to open it up and stuff. I would honestly say that would probably be my whole volley of attacks to do that.
That's fair, because that's fair. That's fair.
'Cause, yeah.
So it takes more effort.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna save my action surge for now. That'll be it for Kev.
Where did he? I don't even see Kiff. He's such a tiny little.
Yeah, I lose him all the time. He's between the two
behind.
buildings. No.
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. You're on
needs
the
a
very
bell.
edge of the building. He does need a bell. He's really tiny.
Paladin against the building. I like that.
Is there a
You
way
do
we
have
just
the
make him
invisibility
permanently
level.
glow on the field so we don't keep losing him? He does not contrast very well.
That's your new mission, Rob, to make it glow. Okay, so this track's still kind of regenerated because we haven't done another Yllaxis turn. So, what is he going to target? Okay, I think he's going to target Altira. So he's very. Oh wait, no, he got attacked by the dragon. He's pissed about the dragon. He's going to turn, attack. Whoa.
That was me yelling. That was me yelling through Foon's microphone. Can I reach?
I don't even know where Marvis went. I can't even say that. But he's still there. He's gonna go ham on the dragon. And Lady Severa is gonna take a face full of her. And she's not gonna be happy about it. Oh, she got crit twice. Oh, she got 3 crits.
Oh no, that's bad.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh.
But you know,
Oh,
God. Control E instead of Control X. Okay. Anyway.
Everything has happened. Oh no, the Tarrasque is dead.
It's different.
No, he's
I'm
fine.
fine
Okay.
with that.
Control X.
Where did I go? Where
Oh
did
no,
I go?
the buildings are floating.
I've just thrown them. They're gone. Just touch them and they'll fall. Just touch them.
I'll fix it next time. It's already 10:48 anyway, so I'll
Yeah,
fix it.
it's fine. Just touch them and
They're
they'll
there. They're there. Anyway,
oh god, what's happening?
we have Dragon down. Dragon is down.
Oh,
You
down.
get crit 3 times by a Terrestrial, that's not so good.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Daniel, Tanya, and Priestess Chantrell are just they're like, holy shit, and they're very frightened. They say its head is bloody though. Like you try to do some kind of spell on it. Maybe you can disable it somehow.
Okay, hotwire the Tarrasque.
Dromik's turn.
It's my turn. Okay, so I am underneath the Tarrasque, so we actually have to pick up the Tarrasque for me to physically move my characters. But I would burrow under the ground. I have to move the Tarrasque. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do this really quick. Move move these guys because I'm gonna move onto the other side of the terrace. Put it back. I'm sorry, Marvis. Oh God.
No, we can fix this. Anything that happens, we can fix it.
Great. I am. Quick question: is it an action or a bonus action to drink a potion?
In my game, it is an action unless you're a thief.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure because I remember in other games it's been bonus actions. I don't know. So what I am going to do is the one Earth Elemental is going to attack, but I am going to pull the Enlarge potion out of the Purse of Many Pockets and drink it. So
Okay.
now I am size big.
Size big. I like it.
Size bigger. That
Nice.
size. Now we got one little rock and one big rock. I'll do some Earth Elemental rolling for you in a moment, but you can have someone else go because Dromik cannot attack and also drink a potion.
Use small rock to beat the shit out of Dresk.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. One.
No, I mean pick up the little rock and just
Oh,
slam it.
literally
Not
pick up little rock
Okay.
and put it on big monsters.
Use little Earth Elemental as a club, while little Earth Elemental is also punching.
Incredible.
Also
Let's see. 19 plus 8 is what number?
27.
What is it?
27.
So that's one hit, and 19 does not hit. So
Right.
at least one hit, though. It's only 14 damage. That's not a lot, but it's enough to its leg. That's all I got.
I'll add that.
Yep, that's all I got for now.
You said, sorry, 14, 19?
14. It wasn't much. No, yeah, it's only 14.
14 damage. And
Yeah, 8
the
plus
19
5.
was for.
The 19 was
the
to
attack.
hit. Yeah, which
Yeah.
did not hit. I'm
Okay,
only
great.
chipping away right now.
And Fontiev's turn.
Fontiev is going to be. Let me see here. What can I do? I think Fontiev is going to take 2 pot shots at that Mangler. That's next to Maggie.
Okay.
I don't know, Maggie, would you prefer me to do that or try to attack?
That,
Go for the Planetar!
that or the Planetar. Yeah, I would do the Planetar while it's restrained and can't see.
Okay, so
Or
Planetar.
Hit it, yeah.
Okay, so I have advantage on it?
It's restrained and blinded.
Okay.
Yes.
Only because I gave Maggie a wand that breaks the game rules. It's really good. And because
I mean, if,
Hey, you
if
gave
without
it.
that, like all my illusion enchantment spells would be completely
So-
useless against any enemy.
And
20.
no, it's because Maggie's super smart too.
26 to hit on that first one.
Yes.
Almost 30 to hit on that second one.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do sharpshooters. We're having dice and stuff and dice and things and stuff.
Lady Severa is saying, Maggie, you must win. I can't let this end like this.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
We're getting there!
That's 39 damage. And then another 37 damage.
Okay, he's bloody. He's very damaged.
And then bonus action vanish again and disappearing into existence.
Okay. Plantar is severely damaged.
I'm gonna
That's
start
Fontiev's turn.
making my way backwards to a different building that's even further back.
Okay, so this guy, he has this goddamn illusion, and he's very pissed off. And, he's gonna try to attack the blue serpent, which is gonna cause the effect, right?
Oh, it's gonna cause a lot.
So he's gonna take a swing at the serpent.
He's also right by little Timmy, isn't he?
Well, he hasn't moved yet, but he is gonna... Wait, he was thrown right at his feet, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
intentionally
right at
to
the
the
base
point
of
where
Intentionally,
if,
the second he moved, he would
if the
hit.
Planetar tries to like shuffle
Planetar
about or
doesn't know that.
anything.
So if he tries to, like, take one step forward to swing at the serpent, he's also gonna step in the trap.
Yep.
Okay, let's say what happens at the same time.
All right, let me
So, Maggie, feel free to roll the little Timmy because you're doing all them D10s anyway.
Sure. Hold on. So
14
that's 14
D10.
D10s. Okay.
Yes,
That's a
plus
lot.
5 for
Yeah,
little
don't forget
Timmy.
that. Don't roll
Hold on.
13.
12. Hold on.
I don't have good luck with D10s.
What's happening here? I just want to make sure I'm rolling the proper number. Also, I hope these are all D10s. It looks like they are. 1,
They look like little
4,
diamonds.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Let's see what happens. 78 damage.
He's dead. He says,
Yay!
"This cannot be."
Haha!
Just zoops away.
And there's a horrible mental pain as he just bleeds out of all of his eyes and ears.
Biff hears the snap of little Timmy and says to himself, little Timmy was hungry.
Oh, I didn't add the +5 to that. But yeah.
Zella's over here
Close
saying,
enough, he's dead.
"Ha-ha," and he turns and looks at her general.
Why?
Because
I
you
didn't do
said,
anything.
"Ha-ha." Okay.
Really?
Okay, maybe that didn't happen.
Do you really think that I said that in character with a mangler? Okay.
It just seemed very, very full of character to say that. Anyway,
Just celebrating my own achievements.
it's Marvis' turn.
Okay, is there any way that if I hit this thing, it would go in the direction of the other trash?
You control, like, what do you, I don't get it. What are you trying to do?
Like, make it go towards the other trash, like charge it in front instead of staying here and attacking everybody around me.
Are you trying to like wrangle it?
You can try to like dangle off of its front horn and try to like make it go, like it's you're
Like
in front
turn
of
it.
No, it's not super smart. It would be like an attack plus an animal handling or something like that.
You're gonna have to tame the Pokemon. You gotta tame the Lionel. Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay,
Why
so,
not?
Attack
Roll a
it
cool.
and yep.
so you're gonna try to like taunt it as you're attacking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reckless. That is going to be 26 to hit.
26 hit, okay.
And what do I roll for taunting it? Intimidation.
Your choice of a social skill or animal handling. You can use strength intimidation if you want, which is advantage because of rich.
I'll do that. That was a 14 plus 5 is 19.
That is successful, so it is going to try to run with you now.
Okay. I still have 2 more attacks on it.
You can do your attacks normally. What is Yllaxis' plan while this is happening?
While this is going on, being the selfless paladin that I am, I have my composure for a moment. Altier is taking the disengage action, and we fly right by as he's being distracted by Marvis, and I put a hand on Saphira, and I use a bonus action, point of lay on hands, to revive her.
Just one? Okay.
I say to her, shoot your shot and get out of here. It's dangerous. And
Oh, it's dangerous for the dragon, not us, right?
He says, "Thank you. I shall."
And then I am going to take a temporary retreat as well and use the remainder of my 1,000,000 feet of movement to go on top of this building here. And
Take a chill pill.
yeah, by a chill pill, I'm taking a potion of superior healing, which is 8d4 plus 4.
Yep. There's 84 plus 8, I believe.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, we wrote it wrong.
Okay, while he's rolling healing, out of the last 2 attacks I had, I 1 hit. It did 20 damage. Then I added Shatter for another 10, so that's 30 damage in total.
Okay. It's taking 301 damage. This Trask is now bloodied as a whole. It's taking 301 damage. Looks significantly damaged. Looks like it has about 100 to 150 more.
Okay, and that is my turn.
Okay. And it seems to be enraged at you, and it's roaring. It seems like it's completely focusing you with its beady little red eyes. And then it's its turn. So we have reached the end of Yllaxis now. So it does regenerate 50, so it's going to go back down to 251. You watch some of its wounds heal over, including all those that you just dealt. And then it's going to charge forward, stepping on a lot of guys in the way here, which I will roll saving throws for them. What's that? Unfortunately, Lady Zavira gets her face squashed to the ground.
Oh god damn it.
My bad.
Did he run forward?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
trying to get it to like.
Oh, to turn.
Trying to hurt it.
Yeah.
Basically, it just charges forward and it smashes into the Temple of Love that basically makes it
Do
explode.
I get opportunity attacks because of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Poke its little feet,
Give me a moment.
or its giant feet.
It smashes the Temple of Love into a million pieces.
Does my other boy also get an attack?
Yes.
Yes. 26 to hit, and for him is a minute. 26 also. Do 26
Let's go
to hit.
ahead. Yep.
Just barely. And he deals 14, and I forgot, I'm holding the ghoulish staff. I made that note. So I have 14 plus the ghoulish staff, which is 2d6. Also.
Okay, what's total? Does it have any effect?
It's just necrotic damage. That's a 3 and a 1, so just 4 damage extra. So
Okay.
14, 18
Didn't I
damage
think it
total.
had some kind of effect?
No, it says has a chance to paralyze.
Okay.
There it
Great.
is. Sorry, I didn't look close enough.
It's not real.
Biological living creature. Spell save DC is
So with the reduced saving throws, he only rolled a 15 for that.
he's paralyzed, bitch.
Okay, so he
Ghoulish
reduced
staff. The first
legendary
time I
resistance.
used it. Okay, good.
2 out of 3.
That's fine.
Okay, great. So anyway, he smashed Marvis into the wall, which will just count as some attacks.
What's the damage bonus?
What's Marvis's armor? That doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, I'm a 17. I don't have too high of
So
a class.
just as everybody, you can reduce its accuracy by attacking its arms. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna hit you a
I was
bunch.
trying.
So it's gonna hit you. Well, let's calculate this. It basically Marvis is distracted to go smash into the building, which should give it some damage, honestly. So I'm gonna give it 20 damage for that. And it's gonna try to cut Marvis into a million pieces, much like it tried to do with the Yllaxis. Where's my calculator? Yeah, so. Okay.
It's a bad day when your DM takes out Excel to do this.
Oh god.
Well, any damage is either piercing or slicing is halved.
It's halved, yes.
So it's gonna try to do 140 damage to you, but you're gonna reduce that to 70.
Nice.
I'm okay. I'm still at 100.
And he's still
Nice.
dangling off of its face. I don't even know where the Marvis finger went, but it's...
He's
I
right here.
kind
I
of
got
flipped
him.
upside down there.
I got him. Oh, I tried. He's wibbly. Oh, there he goes.
You can say that he fell down there.
Just put him on top of his head, on the very top. We'll know where he is. He's like,
Yeah.
there we go.
The other Trask kind of looks at you for a second, and then looks back at what it's doing, slaughtering the innocent. What time is it? It's 11 p.m.
It
Should we
is
stop
11
here?
p.m. Is this top of the round?
No.
No, but
Middle of the round, because Yllaxis just went
It's
It
Maggie.
did it
It's
to
Maggie's
get-
turn next, actually. It's Maggie's turn.
Maggie, and then I guess Tarask second
Oh,
round,
yeah.
and then Defense Forces.
Yeah.
Do you want to stun us with some kind of amazing magic trick?
If you want to wait, we can also wait. Your choice.
I mean,
Giving you the option.
It's next to a big lake, too.
Yeah. Because I know he has to go to bed.
yeah, I'm fine if we wanna call it now.
Okay.
Okay, so
Actually, I don't have to be.
Ah.
With the show
never mind,
call,
I forgot.
Okay, okay.
Whatever you want to do, though. No pressure.
Then I guess. So, question: if I were to, because it looks like this Mangler's like at the edge of the building, if I were to use erupting earth, would that perhaps knock it off said building?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna cast erupting earth on it. And I'm like targeting. Hold on, wait.
I would personally roll that would damage the building.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to damage the corner of the building to kind of explode the
Like,
rubble that
loosen
way,
the
and like
ground.
yeah, like so it falls. And let me just check the radius so I can make sure I'm not in it. So a 20-foot cube. So I can like, since it's a 20-foot cube, I could basically put like the side of it kind of on the front and then knock it down. Yeah.
Yes. It would probably land near Kiff because Kiff's down there, but yeah, you can do it.
I'll be there.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. It is a.
Pip is also invisible.
That's true. I think I'd be more worried about it falling on top of him. But
That's
he's
probably the
dexterous.
fear.
Anyway,
Unlike
so
him.
That's probably a good fear.
yeah.
I am very nimble.
Okay, so it is a DC 19 Dex saving throw for I guess to get hit by all the rubble, the exploding earth. So I shall roll.
It actually passed that. I rolled a 23. How about that?
Wow, that's rude. Okay, but does it still fall off the roof? Because the
I feel
roof
like
got
since
destroyed.
it rolled really good on the dex save, it's not going to fall off, but it will take some damage.
Well, I only rolled 13 damage, so I guess it would take like 6 and
Okay, it takes 6 damage.
not fall. Okay, so
It looks at you and it hisses. Did you be able to save that? Yeah, you need to say that. Okay, so it's easy.
cool. I think that's it, because I don't have any bonus actions.
You're not going to jump off the roof? Just checking. Okay.
Actually,
It's safe to assume there's
That's
probably a
always the
dumpster
thing.
you can dive into. If you really wanted to.
so what?
There's probably a dumpster or something you can dive into.
That's good.
Actually, you know what? Or why the fuck not? I'm gonna run off the roof and then I will react. Can I reaction on my turn? Wait,
With
if I can't reaction
Featherfall?
on my turn, I'm not gonna do that. I have Featherfall, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that if you want to. Is that what you're doing?
Only if you say it's okay to do that on the turn.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so whoop, and then Featherfall.
Alright, then have it.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, should we stop here or should we keep going?
On the
This-
Oh,
ground.
I forgot to mention, this guy, since you bloodied his head, he loses one of the 3 turns. So that's important.
Oh, hey, that's exciting.
Yeah, so it looks like the rest of the round is
Enemies
Is the
and-
NPCs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you want to just do that really quick and then we can call
Yeah,
it
I
there?
think
was just
so.
gonna
Like, I
set
don't
up,
want to
yeah.
start it with, you know, Tarask at the bottom of the round. I feel like just
Okay.
finish that off.
Chantrell is gonna heal Lady Zafira, and she's gonna say, you know, thank you guys, but I cannot do anything good. I need to teleport away. See you later. Boop.
Okay. Bye.
You know it's bad when the dragon is
Yeah,
leaving.
when the dragon is like, I
Yeah.
can't do anything about this. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And you see a robot riding a Tarask like a
Also,
horse.
there's a whole other Tarask.
And a planetary, I think, right?
General
Alright, I
Time
got
says,
this, guys.
everybody focus on the thing. We can handle these stupid mangoes. The golems can handle them. We just need to get rid of this Tarrasque, then we can reorganize. And I don't know if she has a lot of weapons, but she probably has. I think that this represents some of her elite guards. So Ethereal just kind of generally shoot at it and give it about 50 more damage. So it's going to say 340 taken for F1. Okay, great. And these striders are gonna. Was there any other? They're gonna basically kill these Naglers. This guy's gonna go over this way to try to help out. Kiff. All right. This guy is gonna jump down with acrobatics safely, and he's gonna see Maggie. And he's gonna go ham on Maggie with a flurry. What's Maggie's armor class? And does she want to catch you?
15. I don't think I could because I used Featherfall.
That's a great point. Thank
Didn't
you.
you say you put mage armor on?
I did, so it's 15 total.
Wow.
Yeah. I said I'm
Um,
squishy.
Mage armor is.
I didn't
is-
think that was that squishy.
Oh
Yes.
no, yeah, mage armor
I also
is
have
small.
88 hit points, so I am dead.
Oh.
It has 6 attacks now?
Yes, with a flurry. And it has one of them is a crit.
Dead
Oh,
like
interesting.
unconscious or dead?
No, I'm
like-
probably dead, I would assume.
It has to go
Oh,
double your
actually,
HP.
So that crit, wait, hold on. Is
It
that
depends.
Oh
right?
no,
if
no,
three,
that's true.
If 3 of these attacks.
If 3 of
just
these attacks
downer.
and then the other 3, yeah, it depends on how many attacks you get.
Shit, yeah, I can't do the reaction of illusory stealth because I already got off
Used a
first.
reaction.
So, yep.
Okay, first hit is 30 with a critical hit. Second hit is 15 for 45. Third hit is 21, or sorry, another 15 for 60. Then we have another 15 for 75. Then it's a 15 to hit, which
That's
hits.
not
Good hit. Yeah.
Oh no,
Which
I
is
thought.
90.
Oh yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
right.
So I'm down.
So the last hit, you're down. You're not dead.
Yeah.
Just down. Kiff is there, so you're muted. But yes,
So, yeah.
not dead yet.
I love these monsters, they're so fun. Okay. And that's Kiff's turn.
Oh, is this the last turn?
Wait,
of
that's
the-
top of the round. So
Let's-
Yeah, I
Let's
think this is
talk.
where we
yeah,
ended.
let's.
Yeah, let's call it here. I think top of the round, and then next
Yep.
time we will start top of the round.
I will
Okay.
indicate that it's Kiff's turn, yeah.
Okay, it is chaos for all of you who stuck around. Pure unadulterated chaos.
Yep.
But we are gonna raid someone who is playing a much happier game. We're gonna raid someone playing a Kirby game because I love Kirby.
Shall we send them the Tarrasques instead?
We're gonna send them the Tarrasques. No.